welcome to another episode of ArtCo Drone Solutions, Valentine's edition. We've got a great show today. This is your chance to win a box of premium Enstrom almond toffee. Not the regular stuff that I've been giving away each and every week, but the really good stuff. And so later on tonight, I'm doing something totally different tonight. We're going to spin the wheel. That's how you're going to win this fantastic prize. This will give more people a chance to win. I'm going to have you pick a number between 1 and 50, and then we'll spin the prize wheel, and whoever is the closest or has the exact number, you are the winner. All right, so let's say hello to the folks in the chat. We've got Tom Ten Toes, welcome to the show. Margie, welcome. Mike, GFO Drones and Tech, and TX Arch Drone Guy, Steve Mack, Johnny Drone Flyer, Adrian Mateo, and then we have, who else? I saw some other new people. No Fly Drone, all right, and Elliot Anderson, he's a new guy. Welcome to the show. So hopefully I'll get some people in the chat shortly. I'm going to send out an invitation to Mike. Hopefully Chris Hope will be here. That would be cool. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's find Mike. Tomidjewitz. I hope I got that right. And there's a link for you, my friend. Hopefully you could join in, keep me company. Hopefully Chuck will be in here. Pretty cool. Oh, you are originally Square FPV, Elliot Anderson. Well, welcome to the show. We'll talk about, we've got the big prize, but I want to talk about this polar vortex. How is it affecting your drone flying? Has anybody got a chance to fly? We've been in the single digits here in the Denver metro area, and we're expected to be below zero tonight, and looks like it's snowing really lightly out there. You're probably wondering, what is that building behind me? That building is the Westminster Castle, which is almost straight east of where I live, and it was built in the 1890s to be a university, and it was open for a short period until the silver crash, and the school closed, and then it reopened in the early 20th century, where it stayed open until World War One, and when the enrollment dropped, it closed again. Fly Zone Drone Quadcopter says it's been, yep, I imagine it would be really bad in Chicago. So we've been having a lot of really cold weather the last few days here in the Denver metro area. We've been in the 30s and 20s the last couple of days. Yesterday, I think the high got up to 17 degrees, and today I think we were in mostly single digits. So not bad in Oklahoma. Yeah, I saw a little bit of Lloyd's show earlier this week, and it looked like it was snowing there. And I know it was snowing all the way down in Texas. So hopefully those folks are okay down there. I heard there was a big car pile up somewhere down south. I think it was in Tennessee, where the roads got really icy and and really messed up things. So, wow, 0 degrees in Dallas. That is cold. Jerry Bauer, welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome. We're building. Oh boy, I see the numbers are piling up here, up on the right above ArtCo Drone Solutions. You can't see it, but I can. It's going to be 14 degrees here in South Louisiana, or Louisiana. Boy, I haven't been to Louisiana in ages. I think the last time I was in Indiana was when the Denver Broncos played in the Super Bowl and got their heads handed to them by San Francisco. Matt Cundiff, oh boy. And Matt, you're down there in Florida. This cold weather, I know, does a number on the iguanas. The iguanas are falling out of the tree. Speaking of iguanas, I found this really cool channel on YouTube called Iguana Sniper. And this gal, Jessica, she shoots them with an air rifle. And she is quite a marksman, because she aims for the head because she wants instant kill. Don't want to have an iguana that's wounded and wandering around. And she's part of a vermin exterminator. You know, she goes around, people call her up and say, I've got these iguanas in my bushes and in my tree. Could you come and take care of them? And boy, she does a great job. I'm trying to get her to come on to this show. She's kind of hard to get a hold of. Oh wow, that's interesting, Matt. You shoot them too? Do you? Well, you have to use a pellet gun or an air rifle to do it, because you can't really use live weapons down there, like a 22 or even what is that? Oh, 17. Yeah. Oh, Jody, welcome to the show, and Chris Wedgeworth. Hey, James from My PI Dream, you are eligible for this contest because you do have a residence. I don't know what is going on. You have a residence in South Carolina, so if you end up being the winner, just give me your address, and when you're back in South Carolina, I will send the prize off to you. So now, Steve Mack, I think you're eligible because you have friends in South Carolina as well. I could ship it down there, and next time you're down that way, you could pick up your package there, because I know you go down there every spring to visit Jackie down there at his farm. All right, so we got a good group going so far. So I'm still waiting for folks to join in the panel. Grant, Mr. Stay Drunk, welcome to the show. Now, hopefully, James has his computer on because, we've got a birthday person here. That is James' lovely wife, Ness. She just had a birthday a few days ago, and so I'm going to sing happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ness. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Ness. And I'm back. I hope I didn't scare any people away. So, Keith, okay. So, oh yeah, I sent a note to my boss. Hopefully he'll be in the chat, and maybe he could win. Then I could just take it to work. Chris, Sunrise Water Media. Boy, I say that real fast. Welcome to the show. All right. Waiting for Mike from GFO Drones. Hopefully he'll jump in. And I know I sent a link to Adrian. Maybe Adrian could pop in for a bit and keep me company for a while. And hopefully Chris Hope will jump in. That's right. It is a tongue twister, Chris. And hopefully Lloyd will be in the chat, and he'll have a chance to win some toffee. So it'll be real simple. No trivia today. We'll go back to that next week. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day, so this will be your chance to win some really good toffee. I'm gonna splurge. I'm sending a 1-pound box of premium almond toffee. This is the toffee. Well, you know what? I've got a photo of it. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll share the picture, and I'll bring up Mike in just a second. All right, folks. This is what I'm going to give away. Yeah, over there. Yeah, that is what you're getting. A 1-pound box of that. So, stay tuned, folks. And you'll be a lucky winner. There we go. I accidentally bumped myself out. All right, let's welcome all the way from South Georgia. Let's welcome GFO Drones, Mike.
What's up,
Welcome,
guys?
welcome to the show.
How y'all doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. Trying to stay warm here. It is uh, brutally cold here. How cold
Yeah.
is it down there your way?
It's in the 50s, but it's pouring rain.
Oh boy. Wow.
Coming to you from the hotel room this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm on
Okay.
vacation.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So, are you still in Georgia? Where are
Yeah, I'm
you?
still in Georgia.
Tennessee?
I'm on Jekyll Island.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Uh,
Driftwood Beach, where they filmed The Walking Dead and all that stuff. That's where I'm at.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Did you bring your drone with you?
I did, but it's been pointless.
Yeah, that's true.
It
Uh,
has literally rained since we got here. So,
oh man, that sucks.
yep.
So, are you going to the meetup next month?
I'm gonna try to. I got a couple things I got to take care of. They are switching my schedule,
Uh huh.
so we have two officers that are leaving.
Oh,
So I don't know how time off is going to be right now.
I see.
This may
I
be
see.
my last vacation for a little bit.
Oh boy. Yeah, and I've got my plane ticket for Florida. Now all I have to do is set up my hotel and car, and then I'm gonna buy a hard shell suitcase that's
Okay,
bigger than the one that I've got, and hopefully I could cram a rod or two in there with some fishing gear.
there you
Yeah.
go.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I'm worried about is our illustrious president is talking about shutting down travel to Florida.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Oh,
So,
I don't think he could do it. I don't think it's constitutional. I think, you know,
well, some of them guys, and I'm not going to name political parties, but constitutional really doesn't matter.
yeah, that's true. We'll talk about that tomorrow on my other channel, Arts Place Conservative Talk. So, yeah, so, uh,
Let me. I did get two really awesome pictures from this weekend.
yeah, cool. Go ahead and share them.
Yeah, let me. I gotta transfer them from my editing tablet to my laptop. Give me one
Okay.
second.
All right, we'll hold on and I'll talk to the folks in the chat. Matt uh, Cundiff, TX Arch, Drone Guy,
By the
Fred
way,
Pittman, welcome to the show.
by the way, I went and picked this up the other day, and I thoroughly love this thing.
Oh,
It
cool.
fits the micro SDs and the regular
Yeah.
size SDs.
Oh, cool.
So as you can see, the micros are down inside like a little recess pocket here,
Oh, yeah, that
and then
is
the big
cool.
ones are,
Right?
and it's waterproof.
Oh, cool. Cool. I've got one of those little canvas ones that has the zipper on the side and opens up and it's got those plastic sleeves that oh, and by the way, there's the link to my other channel if you are inclined to that persuasion, you could go over there. I do a show every 1 p.m. Mountain Time, and that'd be 3 p.m. Eastern. So hopefully James will be here later in the show. I saw him in the chat. I see he's been pretty busy lately. He was on Oz by Drone last night, and I guess this morning he was on Chut's channel.
Okay.
Yeah. So hopefully Chuck will be in the chat soon as well.
All right. So here's one of them.
Okay.
I was trying to do something a little different. Wanted to do like a macro shot using my Canon SL2, and that was the end
Oh,
result.
oh, beautiful.
So that's one of them. And then this is the other one.
Nice.
And this is the only other one I've edited yet.
Ooh, that is cool.
That is the Sydney Lanier Bridge, and that's looking at it from the historic section of Jekyll Island.
Oh,
So it was kind of a
wonderful.
cold, foggy morning, so figured I'd get a pano shot of it.
Fly Zone Drone Quadcopters, thank you for subbing my channel. I do have a fishing. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Thank you very much. Yeah,
Thanks,
awesome.
Drone Psych. Thanks, Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying something to do a little more of the macro style, and to get that shot, I literally had to put the camera, 2 inches off the flowers, zoom in, get the
Right.
focus right, do all the manual. I don't
Right.
shoot in automatic. I shoot all manual focus and everything. So
By the way, there's my fishing channel right there. If you want to take a look at that, then I'll have more content next month. And Eddie Nunez, welcome to the show. And if I'm lucky, maybe I'll get to go ice fishing soon with all this cold weather. We're supposed to have highs in the 30s all week, so we'll have some really cold nights. So maybe next weekend I'll get a chance to go do some ice fishing.
that's a little too cold for me. You can keep that one, Art.
Well, you'd like my friend's little ice tent. Boy, that thing is so warm that I get a little warm in there. The only part of me that gets cold is my feet because, well, you got your feet right on the ice there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you put something down to keep your feet up or kind of have a layer between the ice and your feet. Yep.
Yeah, it's going down to 48 here tonight. The high tomorrow is 54 with a 98% chance of rain. So I'm not going to be
Wow.
flying again tomorrow.
Oh, jeez.
Monday, I'm only here for part of a day.
Right?
And I will, that's the one day it's supposed to be nice.
Oh, nice.
Only a 34% chance of rain and a high of 61.
Right, right. Mm-hmm.
So hopefully I'll at least get a few pictures or something then.
Cool.
I definitely want to try to get down to the pier on St. Simon's and see if I can get some shots of that ship they're cutting up.
Oh, cool.
Now, we won't be
That
able to
sounds awesome.
do drone shots because there's a TFR, but I
Right,
can do some long distance shots with the still cam.
right.
So
Yeah, cool.
hopefully that'll be fun.
Yeah, when I'm down in Florida, get some fishing in, and uh, hopefully, well, I think Ron's gonna be there, so we'll probably be doing some fishing together. Maybe he gets some cool photos of me landing some fish and do some drone flying while I'm fishing, so you could Get some good video of that too.
Yeah.
So, and I just got a little pamphlet. It's like a 3-page waterproof trifold thing. It shows you the fish species of Florida,
Okay.
freshwater and saltwater.
Nice.
Yeah.
The other thing I was going to try to do while I was here was do some metal detecting with my new metal detector, but I started looking up laws and regulations, and you cannot metal detect on Jekyll Island.
Oh?
Because it is technically a state park. Now, you can fly a drone there. They've allowed that, but you can't metal detect on the island.
I see. Matt says he'll have a few sail, water rifts, and rigs. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Thank you, Matt. Look forward to that. I've seen some of the videos with you and Captain Ray, and yeah, a lot of fun. I see you guys saw some manatees down there. That's cool.
Yeah, they got a ton of manatees down there.
Yeah. Now, there's more than one of them. Are they manateeses or manitoos?
No, still manatee.
Oh, cool. Saltwater rods. Okay.
Yeah. Because one thing you definitely don't want to use your freshwater rods on saltwater.
Right.
You'll start messing up gears and everything else.
Yeah. Yep. I just watched a video from Extreme Philly Fishing, and he was down there at Deerfield, and he was fishing, at a park down there that's right on the waterway, and his deal was family friendly fishing spots, which was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yep. He caught all kinds of fish, lane snappers, pinfish. What else did he catch? Oh, he caught some puffers.
Yeah, they're always fun. Now, if they're the same as the ones we have here, you're gonna want to be careful when you get them off the hook because they got some hellacious teeth.
Yeah, that's right. That's why. Joe Blaylock, welcome to the show.
What's up, Joe?
Same with the parrotfish too.
Yeah. If you like your fingers, you won't remove them by hand.
Yeah. Well, I'm bringing my heavy duty hemostats with me.
See, I've got the fishing pliers that are angle gripped and then have the small pinchers down on the bottom.
Yep.
And I'll use them to get in there and twist the hook out.
Yep. Yeah, well, I've got a hemostat that is about 10 inches long, and that's big enough to get way in there and pull those hooks out, especially if you catch a gar. You get those hooks out.
Now,
there's another fish with nasty teeth.
Now, here where I am, there's 2 piers. You've got the one pier on Jekyll Island that everyone fishes. If you fish up close to the rock wall there, they pull up flounder all the time. And when I say flounder, I'm talking about some damn doormats. Like they pull up some big ones.
Right, nice.
If you go across to St. Simon's Pier, they use a balloon rig, which is they take a balloon, put it on a heavy-duty fishing line, go to the opposite end of the pier, cast, and let the balloon drift out and come back in, or drift out and down. And when they do that, I've seen them pull up a 14-foot hammerhead from the
Oh
pier.
boy. Speaking of hammerheads, let's welcome all the way from New York. Let's welcome Chuck.
Hammerhead. Hey, Art. Hey, Mike. How you doing?
What's up, man?
Sorry
Are
I'm
you
late.
in the Millennium Falcon?
Yeah. Yeah, my wife was kidding about it earlier. She said, you should put yourself in like a spaceship or something. I'm like, ooh, let me see if I can find a picture of a spaceship. Ooh, there's a good one. I don't have Chewbacca
There
or
you
anything,
go.
but
There you go.
so I figured we'd
So
play.
what's up, Chuck?
Good one, Art. I was hanging out with the Canadians a few minutes ago. That's why I'm late.
Oh, cool,
Those-
cool.
Those crazy Canucks over at Canadian Drone Hub.
Right. Haven't been there in a while. I'll have to pop in on them one of these days. So,
do it.
how's the weather in your neck of the woods?
It's sort of cold, single digits.
Yeah.
We're
That
above
might
zero.
be
Keep that. You can keep that up there.
The mosquitoes don't like it, so I like it because they're all dead. There's a good thing. No mosquitoes.
Well, someone in the chat said it was going to get down to 0 in Dallas.
Yeah, can you believe it? The jet stream is all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico right now.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's getting down to
Yeah.
like 48 here tonight. That's highly unusual.
I would take 48. Would you, Art?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for South Georgia, that's cold.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. You guys get ice, though. I mean, so something, we tend to get snow and not so much ice because we get cold enough not to have to worry about that ice stuff. But you guys, freezing rain and ice,
We don't even
hard
get that.
pass.
We don't even get that.
Wow.
Well,
It
I know they
snowed
do in
here
Texas.
2 years ago. It snowed here, and that was the first time it snowed in 20 years.
Wow.
Nope.
Well, I know in Tennessee they've been having ice storms there the last couple of days.
Yeah, and that's nasty stuff, too.
Hmm.
That's worse than snow, like I was saying. I mean,
Yeah.
you have like zero control.
Hmm. They've got,
Yeah,
Joe
y'all can-
Blaylock says 12 inches of snow and it's 32 degrees. So where are you, Joe? Yeah.
Yeah, y'all can keep that wherever y'all are.
You know what? It's actually warmer up in the mountains than it is down here.
Mm.
Yeah, they're in the 20s and 30s up in the mountains, and we're down here in the single digit. Washington State. Wow.
Yes.
That is correct. You cannot put your drone batteries in your luggage. It has to be in your carry-on.
That is why.
Hmm.
Yep.
That is exactly why. In flame retardant bags is actually even better yet.
Yep.
So
Yep.
They actually make a LIPO bag for that.
yeah.
Yep.
Pretty much
I have
everything
one
if
of
you look.
those. Yep.
Yeah.
When I went to my class reunion in Michigan, I took my Mavic Air with me. Got some cool videos down there. Got to fly around my high school and the football field. Got some really cool stuff.
Yeah. Cool.
Hmm.
You'll be
Yeah,
editing
yeah.
for a while.
Yeah, that's right. When I go down to Florida, when I get back, I'll be really busy editing
Yeah, you
You know,
will.
it's
for the fishing channel and for the drone channel.
it's funny, Art. So I'm on vacation. I have one bag for my clothes. I've got 3 bags of camera gear.
I tell my wife when I'm packing to go on a trip, it's like drone stuff first, and then underwear and socks second. It's like you got to get your priorities straight. All that stuff has to fit. Then we worry about the incidental things.
Yep.
Pretty much.
It's the life of a photographer, a dronographer kind of person. Yeah.
Yep.
Did I miss Toffee trivia? I don't even know.
No, we're not doing toffee trivia. We're just gonna do
Just the wheel.
the prize. Oh, dang it! Now I gotta bring back that prize wheel. Darn it! I accidentally. Okay, so go on. Carry
Keep going.
on. I'll.
Banter. We must banter, Mike.
Yeah,
we must
do
banter.
Yeah, go ahead. And
Yep. Y'all are talking about that. I got distracted over here. I've got my. Pull it up. Got my Windows 10 tablet here,
Nice.
and I'm actually working on an edit of a picture I took.
Was it Lightroom?
No, that's Luminar 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need
So
to
I'm
get
gonna-
some software for pictures. I don't have anything.
Dude, I love Luminar 4. So easy. Like, I'm sitting here now, getting ready to replace the. Okay, I just did. Watch. See the background sky now?
Yeah.
All I did was
Gotta
click a
dip around the
button.
camera. Sweet.
Yeah,
Sweet.
it's that easy. So definitely check out Luminar 4, man. It's one of my go-to editing apps. Like, you can do so much stuff with it.
Some weird reflection stuff going on. Huh.
I can tell you why. Your lighting isn't correct on your green screen background.
That is correct. Fixing
I
it
dabble
now.
in a little bit of photography.
Yeah. Yeah, the it's
Almost
not
done.
properly diffused. That's what's
Like,
going on right
instead of using a regular webcam like all the rest of the guys do, I'm actually using a Canon SL2, running it into my computer as a webcam.
Yeah, nice. I want to steal my wife's A6600, but it's too new. I don't feel right about doing that yet. But the cool thing about the Sonys is you can plug them in and they'll charge while they're operating, so they won't go dead on you.
I have the battery pack that runs to a plug, so I don't have to worry about it dying.
Cool. Yeah, that's the only drawback.
Yep.
Hey, I want to say hello to Lloyd Mendenhall. He's in the chat. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Mike B, aka the Drone Ranger. Good to see you. All right.
Sorry.
The Drone Ranger.
That's right. Drone Ranger.
And his sidekick.
Who is it?
Tonto.
Can't be Tonto. It must
Robert
be
Glazer.
Skydio. It's the sidekick.
There you go. So I put the galaxy in behind it in a starry night,
Oh, cool. Yeah, I've seen other
and it
people.
automatically relights the whole scene and everything.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. So I mean, this program you can't beat it. And it's a one-time purchase. You don't have to pay for it every daggone month.
Oh, every month? Yeah.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, like
That's what I like.
that's why I did DaVinci actually, because I mean, well, I had the freebie version of DaVinci, but I ponied up the money to get the full 17.
Yeah.
Same reason. Rather own it than rent it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't like renting software.
It is a bummer.
There's my Teespring. So
Nice.
I believe I have masks there as well. Yeah, I think that
Cool.
was the latest item that I put on there. I have
Mugs?
T-shirts and all
Mugs.
kinds of stuff.
Nice.
Mugs. Hmm.
I'm a coffee mug junkie. I might have to get one, Art.
There you go. So I guess
Nice water media.
SpaceX has a launch going or has gone or something like that.
Didn't they have a little issue a couple weeks ago?
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure they
one
will.
of their
If it's in Florida, I'm pretty sure they scrubbed that.
yeah.
Um,
Well, they had one where I think it was they did a high altitude launch and return, and right as it was returning, it didn't go well.
Well, what happened
It
was it started to come down, and it used so much fuel in the transition and the landing that it ran out of fuel in like the last 10 seconds and just dropped like a stone.
oh boy.
oh, that's. I haven't seen the footage.
Um,
It's
I'm trying to
it's
think
on
how
YouTube.
Elon worded it as
I'm sure it is art.
total
I bet it is.
total vehicle dismantlization or something like that.
This sounds no disassembled Johnny Five kind of thing. This is bad.
Yeah, there was literally like pieces like this about that was all that was left.
Oh boy.
That sounds like an expensive jigsaw puzzle that was made.
The rest of his quote was, "We learned a lot from this."
Yeah. Yeah. Hello, investors.
Rapid.
We're going to need more money.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, rapid unscheduled disassembly. That was it.
RUD. Too bad they can put a C in front of that. Be like CRUD. That'd be a better acronym.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Crappy rapid unscheduled disassembly.
And I think
But,
today they were doing an engine test on the other rocket. Wasn't a liftoff. I think they were just doing yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Okay.
then again, he's got the money, so it really doesn't matter.
Right.
No, it doesn't matter. The guy has plenty of cash. He can do whatever he wants. And he
That's
does.
right.
That's kind of what's so cool about the guy. He's a brilliant man, and he has plenty of money to do all that stuff and not worry about bean counters. Like, yeah, I don't have to ask anybody for permission. Just gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What a
that's right.
position to be in. I'm so envious of Eli.
Well,
Eli. That's
and
cool,
now
cool.
he's the world's one of the wealthiest men in the United States or in the world. He surpassed Jeff Bezos.
Which is amazing because Bezos has Amazon behind him. Although his wife
Bezos-
took half, right? Didn't his wife take half?
Bezos is stepping down.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
that's because he got divorced.
Pretty
That hurt him.
Yeah,
Hard to come
he's,
back from that. Remember Eddie Murphy's jokes? Half. Eddie, I'm an American woman now. I want half.
Hey, let's welcome all the way from Lipa City, Philippines. It is
James?
James, my PI Dreams. Welcome to the show, James.
Hi.
Hey, good morning, guys. Good
It's
morning.
up, man?
22/7, James.
Hey, I don't sleep around here because you guys got such weird hours from me over here. It's like Chuck, I was
You
gonna
were on
drop
this
in-
morning.
Yeah, I saw you on this morning. Well, it was actually in the evening time for us.
Well, your
and-
evening. Yeah.
Yeah, it was evening time for us, and Ness was watching some horror drama show with teenagers. I can't watch those things, but she's really into the gore and the horror shows. And
No.
and I,
Oh,
and I-
she's
and I-
close by. Careful.
Yeah, she's right
Yeah.
there.
Hey.
Hey, there's the birthday
Hello,
girl.
Mrs. Pie.
Well, she did. She almost missed your birthday singing there, Art. And I'm not going to tell you too much of the details, but I had to run the computer into the house to a specific location while you were singing.
But I caught it. Thank you.
Aw,
Thank you.
the happy couple. It's nice.
We're gonna try not to do TMI on here right now. So, but yeah, so she did get to hear you with your birthday.
Oh,
she was
great.
very happy, very happy.
That's cool.
Well, anyway, the story, and I'm gonna make this short.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So last night, Ness was watching. She was watching something, and I'm like, I can't watch, but I'm gonna be nice. Because it's like almost Valentine's Day, so I'm gonna be. Well, I'm nice all the time, but I decided I'm not gonna say, oh, let's watch something else, because if I say let's watch something else, she'll like, oh, we'll watch whatever you want to watch. So I figured she was really getting into this teenage horror drama thing. So I just had my little phone here next to me, and I'm watching DIY things on YouTube. I'm trying to pick up some hints and tips, and I go through. When it gets done with the video, then it goes to the home screen, and who by any chance is on there? And it's Chuck. It's Chuck's show that's on, because I didn't know when your show was on. So I'm like,
every fortnight. Yeah, it's every fortnight.
Yeah, so I went ahead and I got in there and I started listening to you guys chat and talking about drone stuff, because you're kind of specific on your show, unlike we are here on ArtCo right here, where we talk about everything. But I really wanted to reply. I wanted to be more responsive to some of the comment section on your show, Chuck. But I'm not like the young people who grew up with the phones and they can just do the
it's hard on the phone, James, because you can't tag like on the computer, and you're on Facebook. YouTube, and you can just type in the @ sign and start to type the name of the person. It'll populate, and you just click on it. Where on the phone, you got to type out @ and then the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, that's why I wasn't so involved.
For tagging.
I did listen to, once I got into your show, I listened to everything till the very end till you closed out.
Oh, thanks.
And I actually wanted to chime in a bit, because you guys were talking about a topic that's applicable to ArtCo right here, and Mike. Hello, Mike.
What's up, bud?
Sorry, I didn't say hi to you when I first came inside here.
Oh, my bad.
That was so rude of me.
It's my fault,
anyway,
probably.
So anyway,
always my fault.
You were talking about VLOS,
visual line of sight, and then beyond visual line of sight.
Yeah, and I didn't want to say anything. I kind of wanted to, but I didn't want to say anything, because I don't really know your guests so much on your show too much, and I didn't want to offend any. But I had a counter opinion about my ideas of VLOS as opposed to what your guests were talking about. They were real strict on their opinion, that they believed you really need to be very strict with VLOS and be able to see your aircraft that you're flying and not go into territories which you can't see. But in the way I think about it, whether you're doing FPV or whether you have a controller that you're looking at, which is just another way of seeing everything in awareness of when you're flying, it's you are controlling it no matter what. Even if you see your drone and it's a half a mile away or a quarter mile away, and you still have VLOS control of seeing it, if you were to lose control and it drops, it's going to drop. It's going to do the same thing as if you fly it 3 miles away, and then you lose control and it drops. You know where you're at. You know what you should be flying above, what you shouldn't be flying above. And if I didn't exceed VLOS for the things that I do over here in the Philippines, most of my videos would be no good, because I do things like flying inside volcanoes where there's nobody inside the volcano, right? but you have to, and you can't reach these. You can't reach these because sometimes, like for us, ours is even if you go to the nearest landmass around the volcano, you're still 10 kilometers away from the volcano. So you have to exceed those VLOS restrictions that you have to be able to do things like that. And
that's an interesting viewpoint, because like here in the States, we pretty much can't do that and not put somebody or something at risk.
Well,
that's why my viewpoint is more like, okay, I have to follow VLOS until somebody tells me otherwise. But I get that you're out in the middle of you're in the middle of nowhere. Like what? So you're gonna sacrifice your drone to the volcano, basically.
Yeah, and I almost did.
James drone versus the volcano, like the Tom Hanks and Joe versus the volcano.
Like two times I almost.
Yeah.
Did. Yeah, I almost went to the volcano, the sacrifice of the volcano gods there. Yeah, but just like what Mike was talking about earlier, Mike was talking about flying over national parks.
Yeah.
you can't bring metal detectors, and I think he was talking about down in Jekyll Island. I'm familiar with Jekyll Island 'cause that's not too far from Charleston, from my neck of the woods over there.
No
And
metal detectors? I didn't know that.
Not on Jekyll because it's a state park.
well, I don't understand that reasoning. I can understand the
either.
reasoning. I can understand the reasoning if they think that you find something, you might destroy property by trying to dig it up. I could understand that. But if you have something that's like right near the surface, they kind of take away the fun of some of the things that for some of the reasons you go. Maybe you might find an arrowhead or something that's maybe only 1 inch above the surface of the soil.
Is that what it is? Because they could let you bring the metal detector, but no shovel. Then you couldn't dig. But you just pointed out arrowheads, and then that kind of stuff. Those are artifacts. They don't want you taking that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they don't want that. Yeah, that's true.
The drone thing does bug me. I mean, it's because as drone pilots, the coolest places to fly are the ones where we can't really fly, and that's like national parks.
Well, the thing that cracks me up, okay, you can't fly in the Grand Canyon because they say it'll disturb the wildlife, but they have helicopters ripping through the damn.
Yeah.
Exactly. I've been on one of those helicopters for that matter, and
Makes
we
no
landed
sense.
right at the rim of like the North Rim. We landed right there and everything, and had a champagne toast. Actually, it was quite cool. I highly recommend it, but it's not exactly. It's a lot louder than a drone.
Yeah.
Freaking-
Talking about helicopters, I keep seeing in the news all the time the amount of helicopters that are having strikes from drones. That's pretty.
That's
active
scary.
news these days. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I think it's going to get worse before it gets better, because
This-
everybody's
this-
really getting into this drone thing, and it's good, but I don't know where you can have a good balance between allowing people to have the enjoyment in the hobby and also balancing it with the safety that needs to be done and the enforcement of the safety.
In the States, that's why VLOS is important and why remote ID will be important to kind of keep people on a leash, because we Americans are well, right now it's the wild west here for drones. It has to change. We Americans, maybe I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't speak so generalistically, but
Well, I don't know.
if we
I
get
don't know,
away
just-
with something, we probably will try to get away with it, and just like
Yeah.
if nobody sees it happen, it never happened.
Yeah,
Kind of like Bart
I-
Simpson. I didn't do it. Nobody saw me do it. You can't prove anything.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. This is Art's drone page. This isn't his conservative. What is it? Art's conservative. Whatever the show that.
Oh,
the
it's
other show
Art's
there.
Place, conservative talk.
But yeah, that's a total different topic, kind of going in the direction that you're going in right now, Chuck. But it is when I think about the U.S. these days, going on with some of the climate that's going on there, especially political climate, it almost seems like we're back into the Wild West days. If you kind
Yeah.
of get my drift,
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Art, that's the reason why it took me so long to get into your show today, is you sent me a link. You sent me a link, but you know what you sent? Here, I'm going to go back and look. Let me go to my email.
Ooh.
And it wasn't anything about ArtCo Drone Solution link. It's Art's Place Conservative Talk. That was the header on it. I thought you sent me a link to your tomorrows. So I'm looking all
Oh.
over. Yeah, I'm looking all over for your link for your
Oh,
drone
my.
show for today. So
Hey.
I'm like, yeah. So I said, I don't want to click on the conservative. I don't want to get in any type
You
of
know
political.
what? Because my email is connected to my, because Art's Place was my original YouTube channel when I started it back in 2009. So that's why. Okay. Yeah, that's the confusion. So in about 5 minutes, I'm going to spin the wheel. So everybody get ready. Pick a number between 1 and 50. James, you are, you could do it because
I heard you
you
say
have
that.
a
You said
home in
because
the States.
Yeah, that's right. I'm
So
paying
when you get
taxes.
back-
I am paying taxes.
I didn't
in
think
the state of South
panelists could
Carolina.
participate. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, you could be in it, Chuck and Mike. You're invited as well. So, folks in the chat, pick a number between 1 and 50. All right, so, okay.
I'm gonna go with 25 mid range.
Oh, and I have that thing. I have to open you up in a separate
Yeah, go-
browser. I have to go into a separate browser. Because,
So what you can do, James, you can open up the YouTube channel, mute it, and then break out the chat. You can do the little 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner and break out the
I
chat.
can do that. Yeah, I can do it in the same browser. You're right. Hold on. Let me do that.
There you
That's
go.
what I'm doing right now. You are so smart, Chuck. That's
Stop! Don't make my head any bigger than it is.
Mike, you gotta pick one number, not one
I have moments.
250.
Okay. So here is my number. Boom.
And
Hey guys, I
by the
showed
way,
this before
this
you
is
guys
for
got
people
on.
in U.S.
So the micro SDs fit down in
Yeah.
a little recessed area.
Nice.
What is that?
So
What
you
is
can
that?
put the
Mike?
micros and the big ones in there too.
Oh, is it storage?
Yeah, for all my SD cards. I'm on vacation right now, James. I don't know if you caught that part.
I did. I
I'm
heard
coming
you were
back.
in a hotel. You're in a hotel down by Jekyll Island. That's how I found,
Yeah.
I found out about the Jekyll Island comment you made.
I can't reach on my
Chris
I can't reach my
Wedgeworth,
SD card holder.
75 is above. You gotta
Get
be.
out of here.
It's between 1 and 50, not 1 and
Who-
100.
Who put
Jimmy
75 and
J is in the
61?
house. He's in
Try
the
again.
chat. Pick a number between 1 and 50.
All right,
Chris
you should know by now
Galore.
these guys cannot follow
Just laugh
directions.
out loud.
Well, I gotta share a picture. You know what, Art?
Go ahead and put your number in, James.
I did. Don't you see it? Let's see.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm up there in between
There he
Sunrise
is.
Water Media and Greg.
28. He's
Yep.
28.
Okay.
Lucky number isn't 28 though. It should be 26, not 28.
Now, I just want to share a picture with you real quick. I try to share something that's consistent with what we're talking, usually something from the drone or something like that. But I have nothing for you this morning. So I went out and I asked Hapone to give me a real cute smile to share with you and the folks on here. So this is what he gave me.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh.
We've gone to the dogs.
We're in the doghouse. I kind of live there myself, so. Okay. Well, there you go. There's the cute picture there. Not as well and defined as Mike's picture from the picture of that building and the scenery behind it. But this is what makes me smile most of the day when I'm in the backyard.
All right, one more minute and then we'll spin the wheel.
You need a countdown timer, Art.
Oh, Art, something else I wanted to share with you. Another one of the reasons why, because I saw that, and I actually had, you're becoming so popular and so famous in YouTube, and I actually had one of the subscribers from Canada contact me this morning and say, "Are you in Art's show yet? Are you in Art's show yet?" I said, "Oh no!" And I looked at the clock. I said, "Oh no!" But I was actually eating waffles, but I logged in right during your opening, so I was able to get in.
All right, folks, I'm going to share the wheel of
Toffee.
Toffee.
Is it made of real toffee, Art?
Yeah.
Well,
Mmm.
my question, Chuck, is Art saying this is the real thing, this is the good stuff. So what has he been giving out to people in the past? I'm kind of wondering what.
That was the Art.
Just a little-
That was the Art official toffee. Or is this
All right,
Art's official
folks.
toffee? Oh, that's like Ken Herrenheimer right there. Art official toffee.
Oh, I was expecting him to do like the Vanna White spinning a wheel behind his head or something like that.
All right, folks.
This is high
Here
tech.
we go. Let's spin that wheel.
It's gonna make the ticking sound too.
Clicking sound? Yeah. Oh, it did.
Oh, the lucky winner is 20.
All right, who has 20?
Do you have a 20?
Jimmy
Oh,
J is 21.
I had 26. Who had 20?
Are you
Wish
in-
there was a
you
way
in-
to search the chat.
I'm scrolling through it right now.
Yeah, I'm going from the bottom to the top.
Yeah, I knew somebody was gonna do that. After the spin, they were gonna put 20 in there.
Nice.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Well, Grant has 22.
Yeah,
Oh,
22
Chris
looks like
Wedgeworth with 20.
Oh, you
Chris
just said the
Wedgeworth
rule.
had 20.
Did you say the
Oh,
rules,
he
Art?
does?
Did you say?
Mhm.
Did you explain
Yes,
any of the
that's
rules?
right. I see it. Yeah, he came in and Chris Wedgeworth, you are
nice.
the winner.
And look at that bow tie on his hat too. That's awesome, man. The racing bow tie.
I like it. I like it.
Somewhere I have a bow tie brigade hat from about 1,000 years ago. I wonder if Chris remembers the
Wow.
bow tie brigade.
I like the action he's got going down under the chin there. You know, I was kind of getting in that direction for Christmas, when I was setting up for the Christmas Santa thing, and but that's good. That looks really good. That's like
Yeah.
Santa all year round. I like that.
Congrats, Chris.
Yeah,
Congrats,
Chris, send me your address. Email me your address. Steve Mack will pull up my email and I'll flash that on the screen. You could email me your address and I'll ship that out to you.
Nice.
Alrighty, cool. That went real well. Cool.
Art, I don't think you caught my comment at the very beginning of the day. You were saying, all you guys were talking about how cold it is there. And I'm sorry, you were putting temperatures down and talking about snow and all that. And I responded and I said, yeah, it's 25 here.
Oh yeah,
Celsius.
I saw that.
See, that is.
Yeah. That same old joke, man.
It's the same old joke. I'm sorry.
No, that's all
I
good.
got.
It's good
That's all I
stuff.
got,
You can
man.
read. The good ones are worth reusing.
Chris, there's my email right there. Email me your address and I'll get that out to you.
Well, Chuck, you'll be my age one day, and you'll do what my father does all the time. Every time I talk with him now, and he's 80, 84, and my dad tells me the same stories every time I'm there, and I listen to him just like it's the first time I ever heard about that, about how he first met my mom and how he did this in the Navy back in the day, and all these
Yeah,
different-
my dad's
But you know,
my dad's doing that to me now.
yeah.
By the way, it's 22 here, but it's Fahrenheit. We're having a heat wave. It was well, it was -1 yesterday morning at dawn. We were a whopping 4 this morning, so already
I
starting
think
off
that
better.
was our high today.
It was
Well, it
4.
was a
We're going to get down to about 3 or 4 below tonight.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful morning here this morning. Mornings here, absolutely. We always get blue. There's a pattern, and it's like if you live in Florida, you'll know the patterns down there during certain times of the year where it'll be nice at a certain time. Then almost every day, almost to the minute, the rains come and things like that. Well, here it's kind of like that. You can really predict the patterns here in the morning. The skies are so blue. It's so calm. It's just like paradise right here. And then the clouds start coming, like right now. The clouds are in, and everything's kind of cloudy and kind of murky here right now. But that's kind of our pattern. But it's not 22 degrees F here. That's the one good thing about it.
F stands for fail.
Yeah, earlier in the show I was talking about this interesting channel that I found a couple weeks ago called Iguana Sniper. And this gal, Jessica, has a channel where it's Iguana Sniper Solutions channel. And she lives down in Florida and she takes care of the overpopulation of iguanas. So she shoots them out of mangrove trees and palm trees. And
Shoots them. What do you mean shoots them? You mean to knock them down?
she
and
uses an air rifle.
Huh?
CO2 cartridge.
sport shooting of iguanas. This sounds sketchy. I like
Well, I mean,
iguanas.
she's hitting a target the size of a nickel. And And that's
Iguanas are
pretty
big,
darn
though.
good.
Yeah.
Iguanas are,
Like, yeah.
yeah. At least the ones in like
Yeah,
St.
but
Thomas and
she's
stuff. They're
shooting
like
for the
big.
head.
Yeah, but you got to aim for the head
Yeah.
Why would you want to shoot
Otherwise,
down
you'll have
iguanas? They're
a
pretty
wounded
cool.
because
lizard
they're
running around.
so overpopulated there that it's ridiculous.
Yep.
Oh.
So she's shooting down an iguana. She's shooting. I'm thinking about me if I was an iguana, and I'm up in a tree, and I'm enjoying life in the wild. And
Yeah.
somebody hits me in the side of the head and knocks me
Yeah.
down and puts me with 1,000 other iguanas in a small compound somewhere. What's that all about?
That'd be pretty sad. That'd be a sad iguana.
They
Yeah.
actually
She
cook them
take-
and eat them.
Yeah,
Ah.
that's right.
Oh,
She takes them to the homeless
I wish you hadn't told
shelter.
me that.
That's even
Yep.
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. James, I dig iguanas, man. I know my wife used to get freaked out because we'd go out eating somewhere, and she had flip flops on, of course, in the Caribbean, and one of the servers, she's like, "Now be careful, your toes. I see your toenails are painted red. They might think they're cherries, and they'll try to nibble on them."
Oh.
And my wife freaking out. She'd always put her feet up, like when they walk around the table, like when you're out dining outside on the beach.
Well, you want to talk about an overpopulation of reptiles? You got to come to the Philippines if you want to see an overpopulation.
Well, I'm
of reptiles.
sure.
But you know what?
They
But
have-
it's the people. It's no problem. It's not even a topic of conversation if you go to a Filipino family's home and you start talking about these things. I've done this before. I'm like, do you have a problem with this, or do you have a problem with some these things crawling on your wall inside your house here? And they're like, what?
Oh,
What are
the
you
geckos?
talking about? We don't. Yeah. Oh, they're like, oh. We don't even think about anything like that. It's just they've grown up with it. They live with it. It's not a big deal. It's like we have when you're talking about the size of the iguanas, we have huge beasts here. What do they call it? Bayawaks here, and they grow. The bayawaks here are over a meter long. Some of them, the bigger ones.
Wow.
And they look like there was an old fashioned.
Komodo
They still have it in
dragons.
some of the islands. Yeah,
Cool.
like the dragon.
Fire breathing.
Yeah, but they have those here, and actually we got one. One was caught in one of our drains down here, and took me a while to get it out and get it out of the yard. But they're not as dense here as a thing called tuco. Tuco are the things at nighttime you listen, and that's the sound you hear. Tuco, tuco. That's the sound that you hear, and they're all over the place. But after a while, like the roosters over here, they call all the roosters chickens. After a while, you can just kind of get used to it, and they're part of the background. That's when you start getting used to it, you're really becoming Filipino over here.
Nice.
But it doesn't bother. As a matter of fact, I kind of like the sound of it because it sounds like the sound of the wilderness. I like that.
Yeah, they have pythons.
So they have there are no predators? Well, pythons kind of are a predator, I guess.
Well, we have
Alligators-
pythons here. Yeah. We have pythons here.
Alligators don't eat pythons? That'd be an awesome battle. Alligator versus python.
Mhm.
Now,
Actually,
Mike,
they have found some small gators inside of some of the pythons.
Awesome.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I know. Mike's probably got some good stories about gators because they're real prevalent around. Where he's at right now, down by Jekyll Island.
Yeah.
And pretty much all over Georgia.
There's a pond. There's a pond here on Jekyll Island that everyone goes to, and they've got like probably a 14-footer that hangs out at that pond.
Oh, boy.
14-foot
Back where my
alligator.
house is. Where my house is, I live right on the edge of the Okefenokee Swamp, and I've got pictures of 14-footers right down the street from my house.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, same at our place back in Charleston, because gators all over. Because we have two big rivers that surround Charleston, because we're kind of like a peninsula. Well, I think we are a peninsula. And,
Somebody needs to get a GoPro strapped on an alligator and just
Well, I'll
with a
tell you what.
with a fully charged battery, and then like
I'll
some
tell
kind
you
of
what,
glue.
Chuck. You come on down, and we'll get you the rest of the gator, and you can strap it on there. And once you strap it on there, we'll start the footage.
And we deliver it by drone instead of like a super glued blob on the bottom of it and set it down
No.
while
That ain't
it's
gonna work.
sleeping. Just lower it down and release.
Here's part of the problem. A gator can move about 30 miles an hour on land.
But only in a straight
Yeah.
line. That's why you're supposed to run zigzags to outrun them.
Yeah, good luck with that.
They don't turn well. They're like an old muscle car. They go really fast in a straight line only. So to lose them, you curve. They can't keep up with you then. That's
Well,
Let me know how well that works for you.
well, if it ever happens to me, I can guarantee you I won't be running in a straight line anyway.
About a year ago, I saw a video where a guy in Florida caught a great big grass carp, and he put a GoPro on the grass carp, and he kept the hook in its mouth, and he released it, and he got some really cool underwater footage.
Yeah.
From the GoPro. What he did is he took the there's a head strap mount.
Yep, I have one of those.
And that's what he put on the fish. He put it on past his pectoral fins so that it wouldn't fall off.
Awesome.
And he just released the fish, and then you get to see all these other fish around it. And that was pretty cool.
Well, that's pretty cool, man. Like the fish, that's like a David Letterman fish cam. David Letterman used to have all those different cams. Do you remember the time he took a rental car through the car wash? He had like a Chrysler LeBaron convertible, and he put the top down and went through an automatic car wash with it.
Oh,
like the brushes and everything are all going over. He's like, and they're going by him, and it's all crazy. And he comes out, he brings the car back to the rental car office, and he drops it off. And well, how'd you like the car? Oh, it was really great. In fact, I had it washed for you. Like, oh, thank you so much.
Well, that's kind of normal. That's kind of normal for us in South Carolina. That's kind of how we take our baths,
Yeah. Canadian car wash. It's my grandfather used to call it.
And please, no hate mail from the people of South Carolina. I still love my home state of South Carolina.
I only set foot in South Carolina a couple of times. It was at the Carowinds Park, where they have the where you can be on North Carolina and South Carolina border.
Yeah, been there, done that.
Carowinds, yeah.
South of the border is always my favorite stop.
And south of the border. Well, I tell you.
Yeah, hot today, cold tamale. Pedro says.
Oh yeah, Pedro says.
I used to love those billboards as a kid. We drive down to Florida.
Like 100 miles away. Like 100 miles away.
Yeah, just 100 miles south of the border. Some of them were animated too. They had the stuff moving on the signs and everything. It's pretty elaborate.
So the little tower that goes up there?
Yeah, that was the sombrero tower thing.
Okay, so I know somebody that went up there, and the guy they take the elevator, send it up to the top, and they give you so long, and then they tell you, and then they bring you down. Well, they forgot he was up there.
Left him on top of the sombrero.
He was stuck up there for like 45 minutes till the people he was with started looking for him, and then realized his ass was up there, and they had to go find the guy and were like, "Hey, can you let him down?"
Is that still open? Is that place still open?
Yeah,
I think it is. I think
Really?
it is, and I think it has really grown since the day. I will tell you the last time I probably stopped there, and that was probably in the mid to latter part of the '60s, and it was nothing. It was only probably around 4 little things that were set up inside there, and a couple of little rides that they had inside there, a little tiny Ferris wheel.
I remember even in the '80s. Even in the '80s, there wasn't much to it. Because my parents finally broke down, and let us stop once.
It was to me, it was a glorious gift shop. But for a kid, because I was only like, when I went, I remember that from when I was like 5, 6, 7 years old. The gift shop, and I was a sucker always, every single time, to buy the same thing. And it was those magic beans, the Mexican beans. They were like the magic. And
I remember those the jumping beans.
The magic, the Mexican jumping beans. And I'm like, this is so amazing. This is so amazing. And I would go back and I would bring it to my friends, my family in South Carolina, because that's where my dad's from. And we'd look at that, and they would magically jump for about a week, and then it would stop. And I'm like, why are they stopping? And then when I became an adult, I found out why they stopped, because there was a worm inside. There was a worm inside the machines, and
Yeah.
they would like glue it off, and you had a worm that was trying to survive inside there, then it died, and then it wouldn't move anymore in your hand.
Yep.
What's going on? What's going on with this?
Who remembers Stuckies?
Oh, they still have Stuckies in the South.
They do?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember
Yeah.
Stuckies. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Still
Yeah,
have
they
it.
used to have them all over the place. You know, you go on I-80 going from Denver. You know, we used to drive from Denver to Detroit, and we'd see Stuckies all over the place. Same on I-70 going east. They were now you don't see them anymore out here. Another one was Sambo's. Do you
Yeah,
remember
Sambo's.
Sambo's?
Well, they had one here in Syracuse, and it got shut down when people got sensitive to it in the 80s, like late 80s. Yeah, that was considered no longer politically correct.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we didn't have that in the South, did we, Mike? I don't remember that.
That what?
What'd you call it? Sambo's?
Sambo's.
Sambo's.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think we had.
Where,
No, we
um,
didn't have that. No.
Now I'll
Where
tell
our
you
Sambo's was is Wendy's. A Wendy's is now.
what I miss, not being in Texas, is Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's gas station. They have like 100 gas pumps, so you can basically just pull up, park your car, and literally inside Buc-ee's, you can probably spend 3 hours inside their convenience store in the gas station, easy. Just looking around.
Wow.
Like it's that big. It makes a pilot look like, a Quickie Mart.
Quickie Mart.
Oh, Ten
Apu.
Toast says all
Apu from-
Stuckies in Northern Alabama.
Yeah, Quickie Mart, that has a different meaning. Quickie Mart has a different meaning over here in the Philippines. Oh,
That's good.
hey Chuck, what is that? What is that background you have? That is such a cool back. It's like submarine or spaceship
knows.
Oh,
or.
that's the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's a cool background. I like that.
I was telling the guys earlier that my wife came in. She was teasing me. She's like, "You should get like a spaceship background." I'm like, I think they all look out from the front, looking out the windows or whatever. It's like, yeah. I start looking. I'm like,
stars shooting. Can you imagine? Could you get that with the stars shooting by like they do on Star Wars?
you could do you can do a video background, but
Yeah, I
yeah.
bet.
So I just found a couple of Millennium Falcon ones, and this one I wanted Chewbacca back there, but
Yeah, there you go. You need a nice Wookiee.
yeah, or maybe like Grogu or something. That'd be kind of like
Or how about Bernie Sanders maybe over in the corner?
yeah, right. That's right. That's
Sitting
right.
there with his mittens.
Yeah, his little mittens in his lawn chair.
I think I showed that. I think you were in the last time we were at
Yeah.
I showed you
Yep.
our drop-in, our photo bomber.
That was-
in
yeah,
the back.
that
was
Bernie
awesome.
photo. Yeah.
Here you go, Art.
but-
While we were sitting here, I actually edited another one. I'll show you real quick.
Okay.
When I was playing with the macro a little more. Now I didn't have a macro lens, but I was doing a macro style shot.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was a little dark in the background, so I took Luminar and brightened it up a little bit, denoised it a little bit. This thing is so easy to use.
Wow.
I got it before I forget. Pad of paper, Luminar.
It's worth it, man. It really is.
Well, I need something. I have nothing for editing pictures, and I need something.
I think
I
it's only
use-
like
Can't do it with
$60
DaVinci
right now too.
Yeah. Back in the day when I used to be a Windows guy before I realized how great Macs are.
Here we go.
All right. I don't get
It's all
paid
good.
I don't get paid for any of this, but yeah, I do come from an IT background, but I really like the Macs but anyway, back in the day when I used to use Paint Shop Pro. You know, everybody
Right.
was doing what was the
Yep.
what was the
remember
other one?
that.
It was like everybody say I'm photoshopping. Oh, Photoshop. Everybody was using Photoshop when everybody was using Photoshop.
Yeah.
I used Paint Shop Pro because Paint Shop Pro seemed to me to be the most intuitive and powerful thing for the moderate user of with moderate medium skill set of doing that. Then I moved over to the Mac, and what I found out, I thought when you moved over to the Mac, over into Apple products, I really, because they're really known for their graphics and their video capability. And they are, but it comes with a price, and it comes with a price of the learning curve. They're very, very powerful, but it takes quite a bit of learning once you go over to the Mac side. So I was really surprised because some things on the Windows, because Windows just comes with your basic, what's it, Paint? I think it's Microsoft Paint. I think that comes with it.
Yeah.
And it's real simple. If you just need to put some letters on a screen or do very simple, it's very quick and fast. But on the Mac, I couldn't find any equivalent to do something as simple as that. I was so surprised. I was really surprised. So I ended up, and I'm not endorsing anything, I'm just telling you my experience. I ended up buying a program called Pixelmator. Is it Pixelmator? I think it's called Pixelmator. Let me look at my applications here.
Now, someone just mentioned GIMP as a photo editing option. It's okay. I tried it. I wasn't a fan.
I have GIMP. GIMP, I find out, has a lot of baggage.
I am the GIMP.
Oh, Art, man.
I think GIMP has a heavy payload because if you look how much
Comes
time
from a
it takes
comedian
to
with
open, to load it up and get it to actually start operating and everything like that. It was a pain for me, even on a fast computer. It took quite some time to load, and I just got frustrated with that. So
I mean, I'm running a 1 terabyte solid state drive with 16 gigs of RAM, and it still takes forever to load.
Good one.
I think
anyway,
DaVinci 17 takes forever to load.
I use the Pixelmator Pro, and I've used it for since I started using my Mac back in probably at late 2012, early 2013, and they've come a long way with their updates and improving the product. And what I like so much about it now is one of the features that so many people use these days, and they've really simplified it. And you know how you want an easy way to just cut out like a picture of a person from a background and you just extract that? Well, on the Windows machines that I had way back when, and even on this machine, even on the Mac, even using the earlier versions of Pixelmator, it was laborious trying to draw the line with the little magic wand thing, or the magic whatever they call it, going all
now
around.
They've got a lasso. You just
the lasso now. But I will tell you what really improved, it made me second think the capabilities of Pixelmator is it's called the magic. Oh, the magnet. It's like a magic magnet. And you can quickly take this thing, and whatever it does, the application itself, the coding, it quickly goes around your entire, very easy to go around, even to the finest details, seeing the shade differences between like your hair and whatever a cloud is inside the background. Very quick to be able to cut those out and paste it either into another image that you have or into a new screen and bring other things around. It works really, really good. So those of you who are Macs, who maybe are watching today, and you don't have any experience with that, that's a great product. Maybe you can get a free version, a trial, and see about that. Again, I don't get any money from any of these people. I just share. I like sharing. When I see something that works really good, I like sharing stuff. Like speaking of that, if you don't mind me going off on another little tangent.
Bring it.
Little tangent. It's not a little tangent.
Zoom
Chuck,
tangent. Tangent.
Chuck, you yesterday. I loved your hat. I didn't get in the beginning.
I have
you
two.
Like,
I have this one.
You reminded me of a leprechaun. Did anybody
And I have a leprechaun. Yeah.
Yeah. Did anybody make that association that you look like a leprechaun?
But my wife wants to give me a big green shamrock hat for our 2K drones, like around St. Patty's Day. But with the green screen, the hat will disappear.
So it looks like you have no head, like you have the top of your head. Oh.
I told her that
Oh.
little problem. She said, "Well,
So-
then you'll have to just not use the green screen."
If you notice, some of my shirts have green on them, my GFO shirts.
Yeah, it
And
vanishes.
yeah, green screen, it just blend. You see part of my logo where anything green on my shirt is. Same thing when I have a bottle of Mountain Dew. All you can see is the label.
Yeah,
There you go.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Effective.
Well,
I know
here in
Art wants to say
Colorado,
something.
we've got a lot of Hispanics, so we have leprechaunos.
Leprechaunos.
Oh.
I magically delicious.
I was thinking of Lucky Charms. They're magically delicious.
Oh, I
Pew
remember.
pew 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 pew.
So who didn't like save all the mushrooms for last, or just eat all the mushrooms out of the box and then?
The marshmallows, all the marshmallows.
I'm sorry, the marshmallows. Yeah, not the mushrooms. Yeah, sounds like dude, that's
What
something.
show were you
Oh,
on?
there's a new idea.
I'm sorry.
There's a new idea.
That'd be even worse. Yeah, magic mushroom charms.
Oh,
They're probably
I'm
in
not even
Seattle. I don't think
Not-
they're in New York. They might be
Oh.
in Seattle.
gonna-
Maybe
it's
Colorado, Art.
Colorado.
At a dispensary near you. Dispensary near you.
Yep.
Look, they probably sell the marshmallows just by themselves at the dispensary.
Yeah, you don't have to even mess around. Like, just cut to the.
We've got
Actually, you
infused
you
gummy
can
bears
actually
here.
buy just the marshmallows on Amazon.
Oh, really?
Yes, if you go onto Amazon, they sell just the bag of marshmallows.
I remember I used to
Okay.
like Frankenberry, and I'd save the marshmallows to last. I'd eat all the cereal and then fish out the
So-
marshmallows last.
So speaking of crazy stuff on Amazon, scrolling through Facebook today, and
Is
there
that
is
what we're
a,
speaking of?
well, I mean, I was saying the marshmallows and stuff on Amazon. I came across, it's a gag gift that you can buy for someone. They sell it on Amazon. It is blinker fluid. You can
Nice.
actually buy a bottle of blinker fluid for $10 on Amazon to give to someone. On the bottom of the bottle, it says good for up to 6,000 blinks.
Is there a left-handed smoke shifter too?
I don't think so.
50 feet of shoreline? Somebody asked me to find that in Boy Scouts. Chuck, go get me 50 feet of shoreline. I thought they were talking about rope.
See, I'm in
So
the
I
Air
go
Force.
asking, and then like they start laughing at me. I'm like, what? I thought it was like rope. Like shoreline was like some kind of slang for rope or something.
Art, you got to add.
Of course, that was
you
the
gotta
whole
add
joke.
See,
a couple more things onto your Art Drone Solutions, drones, bidets, and magic mushrooms. You're gonna have to. You really
There
got to
you go.
change the name of
Magic
your
There you go.
mushrooms.
You know what? Just the
see, I
other
was in the
day,
Air
I
Force,
took
Chuck.
my-
So for us, it was go find 100 foot of flight line.
Nice.
there.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember
Nice.
that.
Yeah.
The other day, I took my car to Grease Monkey and asked them to put gender fluid in my tranny.
How'd that work for you?
I think his vehicle's back at the mechanic again. Keith of the K Spot.
Okay.
Dude, you're up
Let's-
early. It's 8:00 in the morning, 8:30 in the morning. Is that what it is for you too, James? About 8:30 in the morning?
I don't know. I lose time over here when Art comes on. No, it's 9:30. 9:30 in the morning. Here.
Oh, you're an hour ahead of
We're-
Keith.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're an hour different from East Coast. That's really the only time that I can keep in my mind where our family's at on the East Coast. So, and that's only half of the year. It depends on daylight savings time. Half of the year where it makes it real easy because if it's 12 o'clock here, it's 12 o'clock there. Just 12 hours difference. But then we do that crazy daylight savings time, which why do
You
we
guys-
still have that?
You
I don't
guys
know
do
why
it?
they still in the U.S. Yeah.
Oh,
they-
yeah. Well.
Not here in the Philippines. No,
I was gonna say you guys are close enough to
we're
the equator. Why
sane.
bother?
Yeah, we're sane over here in the Philippines. It's 12
Yeah,
o'clock noon, 365 days a year when it's 12 o'clock noon.
We're not fans of it either. Believe me, it's kind
well,
of
you know, why don't they change it? You realize daylight savings time had a lot to do with the farmers.
farming, right?
the farming,
Exactly.
Way back, a long time ago.
There's no point now.
Yeah, it's like we're stuck on these. we think sometimes in the U.S. that we're revolutionary and we can change the world in a moment and things like that. But we still have daylight savings time, and we're still running off of the imperial system instead of the metric system like the rest of the world is doing. I don't.
Oh man, you're preaching to the choir.
Oh,
You're preaching to the choir.
I don't understand it. I just don't
Me
understand.
no understand either. Like caveman, me no understand. It's stupid.
Yeah, back in the 70s, they were talking about we
Converting.
were going to go to the metric system. And I
Yeah.
thought, it's real easy. It's all decimals. It's
10.
all tens. You know?
Super
Everything.
easy.
Yeah, very easy.
Everything, yeah. No, we're still doing,
It was
imperial. Yeah.
art in the 70s. The New York State Thruway had a section between Syracuse and almost Utica that it had miles, and they switched it to metric. Everything was in kilometers.
Right.
They were trying to make the change then too. It was an experiment, and it just
Well,
obviously
I don't-
failed.
I don't understand why we brought a measurement system in from a country that we were
That we
trying to
hated.
get away,
Yeah.
from and
Well,
separate from, and then we didn't bring in their opposite side of the car driving where you put the steering wheel. Why did we adopt some things and discount some of the other things? Because you know what the reason is for why we drive on the left side of the road and why they drive on the right side of the road. Because it had to do. And do you know? By the way.
No,
It's been
I'm waiting for it.
But
I'm waiting.
I'm going to
James.
give. I know somebody's going to Google it, and that's okay. But it had to do with back in the day. When you were on horses, or you were in like a driving something that was pulled by a horse, and you're in the wagon and stuff like that.
No way. No way.
You pulled your sword out to the right.
Yes, the driver is always on the right.
And that's where you fought. You fought with because most people were right-handed, and they fought using their
Wow.
sword on the right.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
That's why over in the UK and people who adopted the same driving from mainly colonies of the British Empire, they drive on the right-hand side of the road, which that kind of makes sense to me.
So if I watch
an
an old Little House on the Prairie rerun, I'm going to see Charles Ingalls on the right-hand side of the frickin' wagon.
I don't know, because that's what late 1800s, something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, maybe. But that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool stuff. But yeah, I always kid about how we left England because we hated them so much, and then we like adopted all the stuff, like the dumb measuring system and government and all that crap. We wanted to get away so bad, and then we just used their same stuff, pretty much.
Well, yeah. Again,
Pretty much.
a lot of that.
We said, we made it our own. We have our own constitution, but
Yeah,
really it's the
a
same
lot-
crap that they had already.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to get, and that's probably more for
I don't
Art's
mean that
other
like
show.
it's
But
something bad.
I think they were tired of the way they were being ruled. Taxation with no representation.
Without representation,
All
that doesn't
things-
happen anymore.
Well, yeah. Again, that's for Art's other show.
Better stop. Yeah, we'll take it for the
But
other.
the
I'm sorry. That's
concept-
right. I've crossed the line. That's for the other show.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
but-
We'll stop now.
But the concept, I
Sorry.
agree with the concept. I think the Constitution, our Constitution, is probably one of the best documents ever around the world. I still believe in it. I just wish they would follow it. And I'm going to leave it there.
Well, hopefully we will again soon. So there, and we'll leave it with that. I agree. But that's interesting about the lefty righty thing on driving, because like in the Caribbean, they kind of blend it. You have a left-hand steer vehicle, but you're still on the left side of the road too.
Well, I got to tell you, I worked a lot over in the UK. I used to live in Belgium, just outside of Brussels, and I worked at a satellite facility, and we had an alternate site at Oakhanger, which is south of London, and we used to go over there, and we would have to bring up our equipment every now and then to do functional checks to make sure everything was operating. And I spent a lot of time over in the UK, and I mean I would get on either the ferry or the channel from one side, then we would go over to the other side, and you would just jump into a rental car and you would just swap over from the left side and start driving from over the right side. And I thought it would be really difficult. But for me, I'm pretty adaptable to a lot of things, and I got to tell you, I actually enjoyed. I thought it kind of made more sense, believe it or not. And I'm not standing up on either side. For me, I was able to adapt really quickly, and I actually liked driving on the other side. The thing you just have to get used to is like when you walk across the street, which direction do you look for oncoming cars? I made
Right,
that
right,
mistake.
yeah. I would
my-
screw that up because always left,
oh,
right, left in the States.
Yeah,
But
I made
you
that
know,
mistake several times.
I kind of like
Tighty,
driving in the
righty.
Caribbean, actually, because I thought it was
Yeah.
kind of because you were driving right close to the like whatever a cliff or mountainside. It was just easier. You were hugging them because you're on the left side of the car and you're on the left side of the road. It's kind of easier.
Yeah, and the brake and the gas and the clutch, they're all in the same place. They're all situated the
Yeah.
same. There's no difference between left hand and right hand with the control mechanisms at your feet. It's just you're just on the other side of the road. Oh, and it takes just a short amount of time because when I went over there, that was back in the early nine.
With the K spot, the correct side of the road.
I knew that was. I didn't want to open it up and say those guys are driving on the wrong side. They're driving. I didn't want to open it up like that. But I knew somebody. I knew somebody on this channel here was.
There's
gonna
the
come
right
up with-
side and the wrong side. The left side, wrong side,
Or there's a right side and the British side.
and the British side. Well, the K spot's a Brit at heart.
But-
That's.
But I got to tell you, I stole that joke because I stole it from a Brit who said to me, "There's a right side and a U.S. side." You know, that's where I heard that. I heard that from before. So
Well, in Japan, they drive on the same side as the Brits do.
Yeah, they're left-hand steer vehicles.
Yep.
I think here in the States we thought that would keep Japanese cars out of our market, but that didn't work out so well now, did it?
Yep. Now they make them here,
Yeah.
which is good.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. I think there might be more American parts in a Toyota than there are in a Chevrolet. It kind of makes me sad. Being a Chevy guy and all.
they're all good now. They're all
Well,
good now.
the
And I tell you
Kira show
what,
has a good
my
point.
my
Driving
opinion
a
on
car
that.
with manual.
Yeah, I was wondering
transmission
that.
shift.
I was wondering, yeah, because like when I go over to say Scotland in a few months, if I get to go, I kind of wanted to rent a vehicle with a manual transmission, but that might be like they'd be like Clark Griswold when he was driving a European vacation. I was like, I don't know,
Yeah, that
But
would just feel weird.
isn't it though? Because I mean, I drive a manual transmission. My Vet's a manual transmission. It's no big deal. But being right-handed, maybe that's part of it. Maybe I should have more sympathy for my wife, who's never been able to drive standard that well. Maybe that's why.
I'm
Not your
left-handed.
dominant.
And it feels natural. If I switched over, it would be weird.
Yeah.
I actually tried it when I was over in Germany, and it was just weird.
You know,
Yeah. See, Jimmy
we're-
J's. Right. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, we're
it's
talking.
really wild.
We're talking about imports and the components. But a point that I wanted to get across is I know there was a lot of complaining a long time ago about the Japanese dumping on the U.S. market with their cars and their vehicles. But I got to tell you, in the long run, hindsight being 2020 as it is, I think it was probably one of the best things for the consumer. Back then it probably wasn't, but now because the competition drove the market into being competitive and producing some really good products. And I think now today the U.S. has a competitive edge on the market where they produce some of the best vehicles anywhere inside the world. Especially I'm real particular Chevy and Ford. I had a lot of problems with Chrysler products in the past. I don't know, but that was I did. But maybe
I was gonna say something. I'll wait till
Imagine
James
that.
is
Yeah.
done.
I did. But then again, that was
Still-
years
it still
ago.
happens.
My last Chrysler product was early, like 2003 was the last new Chrysler product that I bought. I bought one of their caravans, the Dodge Caravans.
That was a mistake.
And I I got to tell you, can I tell a short story and try to keep it short?
You can try.
Here we go.
Okay.
Do or do not. There is no try.
All right,
I was
guys. Before he starts into his story, I'm gonna head on out.
Oh
'Cause,
man,
Mike
I'm
will
sorry.
be
guys.
another hour.
I'm so sorry.
Mike will be on for another hour before he can,
No, Mike, y'all
Kidding.
actually keep freezing.
Maybe
so,
I'm kidding.
Uh,
I'm kidding a little.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with the hotel Wi-Fi. Like, if I move 10 feet over that direction, I totally lose it. And y'all keep freezing. So I'm gonna try to get a better
okay.
signal here.
Okay.
So
Take
I
care,
will catch
Mike.
all of y'all later on.
Go down to the bar in the lobby, maybe.
yeah.
I might have to.
Good Wi-Fi there, probably,
Probably so.
and beer.
Yeah.
They don't have a bar here, so.
Oh, that's
Yeah, it
Silver
kinda sucks.
City, Brad,
What
thank
kind
you
of,
for
what
the
kind of
super
hotel are you
chat.
staying in?
Brad, I do have PayPal. My email address goes right to my PayPal. So, Steve Mack, if you put, I think he knows where. There we go. There it is. There's my PayPal. My tip
nice.
jar.
All right, guys.
So
I
if
will
you
catch
wanna
all of y'all
throw a few
later on.
bucks there.
All right,
Mike.
take care.
Good seeing you, man.
Y'all have a
Good
good
seeing
night.
You as well.
you.
Uh-oh, it's the trio.
We're back. We're back.
The Chad Michael Trio.
I gotta tell you though. I gotta tell you guys, both of you, and everybody, Mike, everybody else. I really look forward to Sunday. You know, I talked with Ness yesterday, and I said everybody has a way of dealing with stress. You know, stress, and we all have stress in our life. Everybody has stress in their lives. One way, whether you want to admit it or not, something is gonna give you a little bit of stress. And although my stress has really reduced a lot since I moved to the Philippines, in the middle of nowhere, it's kind of nice being out in the middle of nowhere. There are still things that provide some stress, and everybody deals with it differently. People deal with it. They do yoga. People do
Right.
meditation. People will read a book. People will take a deep breath. People will go to a
Strip
doctor.
clubs?
Okay, there you go. But there's so many options. There's so many options. And I gotta tell you what my option is, and I thank Art for inviting me on my Sunday mornings, your Saturday night. I thank you because this is my stress relief. When I get done spending some time with you guys on here, I feel like the week of doing all the other things I do. It's gone. The load.
Back to stress.
What?
She's stressing you out. Wife stress.
And that's part of my stress right over there too.
Yeah, we're all married to the same woman. You don't have to say another word. It's fine.
So anyway, but I wanted to say this is my stress reliever, and it's probably I think some of the guys and gals that come into your chat here that are part of that are inside.
I think they're talking about you, James.
I'm trying to read the chat line here and see what.
You're getting a little shaggy there.
I am. I tell you. I mean, look.
So
but
so
you know
am
what?
I.
I'm getting to the point. I'm actually getting to the point where I can get a good ponytail
Ponytail?
inside the back.
Yeah.
The ponytail. Yeah, and
Yes.
I'm doing that. It's all except for a little bit from the front, from the scalp. It doesn't quite reach the band on the back. And I told people before when it comes to haircuts, I either like my hair really short
Or really long.
really long, because
Get
there's
some
so
unruly
easy.
in between.
In between, and the in between is the tough time, and it's approximately
Yeah.
14 months. If you want to go from arts, and maybe yours, but yours hair is a little bit longer, Chuck. And if
Yeah,
you
I'm a
wanna
little
go-
shaggier.
About 14 months, and you get about 7 inches of hair growth, and I'm going to estimate because that's what mine grows. And I've done it before. I've done it twice before. I've cut it to nothing when I deployed into the desert, because you can't be like this in the desert. I'll tell you, you
Right.
can't survive inside the desert with this. And then when I come back, I do it like this and join the band. And I'm
Because
back
you're
to
in the
rocking.
band. The
But
band.
It's so uncomfortable for at least a year in between that stage when you can do those things. Then and then you wear a hat all the time, or you wear something. Over here they do some. I don't know if you've seen in some of the videos. I wear this thing that's, I don't know, I think they probably make fun of me in the U.S., but what's nice about the Philippines, no matter what you do, no matter what you look like, no matter the way you present yourself, nobody, to your face at least, nobody,
Show how you can tie your hair now.
nobody will say anything negative to you and make a negative comment to you. Everybody is really, really kind over here. I will tell you that. So it makes it real easy to be a little shy. You see me, because you see me all the time. I let my beard grow. I maybe shave once a week or something like that. You know, I let it grow. You see, if you go, just do a timeline on my vlog from January 2020 until now, and just skip maybe 4 months at a time. Just take 4 samples. You'll see I went everywhere from a really respective haircut, to a Santa Claus beard about this big right here, to where I am right now, doing the ponytail. But nobody. No, I go into the barangay all the time. As a matter of fact, we're going to the barangay tonight. We're invited to a nice Valentine dinner for the barangay. They're real big on
You gonna vlog
holidays.
it?
What's that?
You gonna vlog it?
Do you want me to?
Maybe.
Maybe I will. Maybe I will. I really haven't thought about it. What I'll do is I'll get a hold, because it's a family that live right next to Roy and Michelle. You know the Sorry store that I went through for the first year of the building of Villa Feliz here? Right next door to them, there's a family that contacted us yesterday. Said, please come, and they're gonna have a very small group, because you can't have big groups during the pandemic and all, and they're gonna have live music, and they said
Cool.
we're hoping that you guys will join in, jam with the band. So I don't know what to expect. I really don't know what to expect as far as that goes. So, but maybe it's a good opportunity.
You gotta
to
grab some footage and see if it's worth putting together later. See if it
Maybe,
makes a nice
yeah,
story.
yeah. And that's something I wanted to talk about. That when I said earlier, do you mind if I do a quick rant on here? It's really not a rant.
Rant's negative. This doesn't sound negative. This sounds positive.
Yeah.
That's one over rant.
Yeah. Oh, but I wanted to, and it's on a serious note, and I just wanted to kind of get it in while I still have it on my mind. We've talked before, and it's more of a serious kind of a thing. And we've talked before on your show here, and Chuck was here when we talked about it, about the success or failure or less than successful promotion of a published video that you do. You know, sometimes you'll put a video on, and you'll think, oh, I worked really hard on this video, and then you get 1,000 views on it. Or then the next
Well,
time
who gets
you go
1,000 views? I have like
Well,
one
what-
video. I'm kidding.
Oh,
I only
or
have
maybe
one video.
100.
Like
Maybe you get 100.
There you go. That's more like it. There you
I'm
go.
trying to put it in
Small time. I'm
put it-
small time.
yeah.
Remember?
Listen, okay, we'll say
For
that.
now.
We'll say you'll do so. Oh, hold on. Hey Ness, can you get me the charger? My battery says I'm getting ready to go to sleep here.
Using the red zone.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
My computer is saying your Mac will sleep unless you plug it in. And then I have another little thing on here that says your audience will go to sleep if you don't quit talking so much. So hold on a second. Let me plug this in.
I don't hear any snoring from the chat line, so I think we're okay.
Oh, Ness, is there a
Wait, I can add some.
Oh, I don't know if this is gonna
There.
reach.
I'll add some.
Hey, can you? Don't stop! I gotta go get an extension cord real
Why
quick.
don't
I'll
you
be right.
face
I'll be
here
right
on
back.
this side?
No, it won't fit. This is not long enough. This cord's not long enough. Hold
This one on
on,
the side.
hold on.
Now James is gonna work on getting electrocuted. There'll come some pop-up thunderstorm and we'll... James will be like, "I gotta plug it in."
Well, speaking of laptops, I just picked up a. What
Okay,
the
I
heck
take
is
over.
with my-
Oh, you gotta take over? Nice. Sit down. It's all good.
Yeah. I just picked up a couple laptops that came from a company, and I'm trying to, because I don't know the password. So I'm trying to figure out how to get in. I go on YouTube and I do all the stuff in there, and it's like, oh crap, still doesn't
Take
get
the
me
battery
in,
out. Take the battery out. Reset the CMOS. That'll reset the BIOS password if you have one.
You know what? I tried
I think
to do
that should work anyway.
the the thing is, I think this company had some really good techs because they really did a great job locking up the password that you can't figure out how to get in. So I think what I'll probably end up doing is pulling the hard drive and just reformat the drive and put it
So-
back in. And
So, Art, is there a
And,
BIOS password or no? So when you first boot it up, what happens?
it's not a BIOS password.
It's just
It's
a Windows
password
password?
that's in the Windows.
Oh. Well, where's the K-Spot? Is he on here? You should ask your friendly neighborhood IT expert, the K-Spot.
Okay.
Keith,
Yeah,
where are
because-
you?
I went in, I went to, let's see, I was able to get to the hard drive, and I went to Windows 632, and then I was able to go down to set HC, and then you add something to it. You just modify it. So I put the number 7 in, so it says set HC 7.
Keith says
Then
he's
you
here.
copy the command prompt that's higher up in the thing, and then you just rename it set HC. I went in and I go, oh yeah, I get the command prompt, and I was able to go to user space the name or net user. And I was able to get in, and I go, okay, so I see all the different users on there. There's only 2 of them. So I picked the one that I thought was the person who had this computer, but it didn't work.
Hey, idea. It's so you don't have anything important on it, right? You don't care if you lose everything on it?
No.
Reset Windows. Just reset Windows.
Yeah.
Windows 10 will
Yeah, I
reset.
could do-
It'll start from scratch. It's like nobody's ever used it before. It'll be clean Windows. It's better anyway. Be clean Windows. Start from scratch.
Yeah.
You think use the existing hard drive? Who cares? So like you go in the
Well,
was it Windows
here's
was it
the
Windows
other
key and
thing.
R like restore and this go into like reset and
I've got
Yeah,
A
it's
thumb
Windows.
drive
Who cares? Yeah.
that I could format.
they say the same thing about
hard
Macs.
drive
Who
and
cares?
Put
Freaking
Windows
throw it in the
10
toilet.
on there.
It's Mac.
And it doesn't see the thumb drive. I even went into the BIOS to pick the different. It only has 3 settings. The LAN setting, and then it's got the hard drive, and then it's got CD-ROM. It won't give me a carry on, James. What you had?
we were just razzing one another. He's the Mac guy. I'm the Windows guy. So we're
Well, I got to
just
tell you,
just teasing.
Chuck. I got to honestly tell you, Chuck. I was a Windows guy. As a matter of fact, I was a Windows system administrator.
I've met many guys like you that were Windows guys and have gone to Mac and will never look
Oh,
back, and I respect
yeah.
that. I'm not.
But I will tell you,
I'm not doing it.
because of the dynamics of the way the operating system works. The registry that you're familiar with in Windows. It's
I
just
love
it's
Regedit.
just such the technology. It's the way it was developed. It was early developed, and when they did it, and it was different from any of the Linux, which basically Mac is based from the coding that they did for all the Linux type of operating systems. When they did Windows, it was a totally different concept, and it was something great that Bill Gates did with BASIC, with DOS, starting with DOS and working up to the
Dirty
Windows.
operating system.
Yeah, but
DOS.
the thing, and that's exactly you hit the nail on the head right there. Dirty operating system, and
Well, isn't that what
you
Bill
get.
Gates called it? Or
But anyway, the whole thing I'm trying to get to, using something that's registry based that gets inflated. It doesn't clean itself when you uninstall programs from Windows. There's always something it leaves behind. It gets
that's what
inflated,
C-cleaner's
dirty.
for. That gets
And
rid of all
that's-
that
and
crap.
that's why your computers get slower, and that's why I would say the normal Windows person probably blows away their operating system once between 1 and 2 years, and just reloads the whole thing to keep their system running nice and clean.
Well,
Even
there
the-
are freebie programs that clean it up now, like C Cleaner. It cleans it right up. You get all the crap out and
I will,
clear
I
your
will tell
temporary
you,
files, and you're good.
I will tell you for me, I've had, this is my second Mac, and I talked about when I blew away my last operating system on my MacBook Air. My MacBook Air I bought in December of 2012, and last year, was the first time I had to do that, because I had, and it wasn't because of the regular programs that are on there, is there was something that I downloaded somewhere. That I started getting some malware. Even Macs are not oblivious to getting infected. They're less likely, much less likely. But it ran as good after what I said, 2012. After eight years, it ran just as fast. There was no slowing down of the operating system. Nothing changed. Even when I installed the new operating system, the performance was the same. I just didn't have that issue once I blew away whatever that program was and that was causing the malware inside there. So that's what I'm trying to get at. One of the reasons I'm an advocate for the Mac OS as opposed to the Windows operating system. I just think it's more efficient, it's clean, and I'm sold on. Although there are things that you can do on Windows that are easier to do on Windows than you can do on Mac. Like I was talking about earlier. There's a lot of simplified ways of doing graphics programs, very, very simple, and a lot of options out there for you. So, I see you, Chuck, in the background. You're like, I'm just gonna stick with my Windows.
I am. You'll never see if there. This goes back to my sister was working at the Jeep dealership, and I was looking to trade in my Blazer on a
drone flyer.
On a Commander, a Jeep Commander, and they had one. The sales manager had one he couldn't get rid of. He had it for like 340 days or something, almost a year. And I was looking for one with a Hemi under the hood. And this was a 6-cylinder. And this guy tried like hell. He was offering me like way more than my Chevy was worth or anything. And he's talking to my sister. My sister told me the conversation. She's like, this guy's name's Cliff, and she's like, my sister's name is Lynn. She's like, Lynn, why won't your brother buy this Commander? And she's like, you don't know my brother very well, do you? And he's like, what do you mean? She's like, you will never convince him to do something that he doesn't want to do, like ever. He wants a Hemi. He's going to get a Hemi.
My wife.
Perfect.
It's like my wife. It's like my wife with the same thing.
I like your wife already.
I tried to convince her so many times to come over to the dark side.
No, it's okay.
But
But by the way, that Commander was a piece of crap when it hit 70,000 miles. Everything freaking six freaking idiot light things came out at once one day.
Chrysler product.
Well, let me.
And now you get like my wife has a Cherokee, you know, the sexy new Cherokee Trailhawk thing, and it's a 2015. It's on average it gets at least one safety recall a year. I mean, it's like.
Yep.
And this isn't the only Chrysler product that gets like, I'm sorry, it's what are they now? They're Fiat Chrysler or whatever.
Yep. Fiat
yeah, which is even worse because
Chrysler even further
freaking
down.
Fiat. I mean, they were junk, and now I got junk, bought junk. Now what do they make?
Let me
Sorry.
put something into perspective.
Should I be lighter hearted about this?
No, you went over and it's fair game now that you moved over to talking about vehicles. All right, now, let's talk about our dependency on technology, where we talk about operating systems and something that actually has something to do with our lives, and it has to do with the operating systems that they use for all your navigation systems and all the things that you have for your safety, for your avoidance, your accident avoidance.
Yeah, the Sonics, it's all sonar.
Let me ask you this one question, and you can answer yes or no, or you can do like politicians do and just go on a tangent to avoid the real answer. But the question is, would you trust your life on an accident avoidance using Windows operating system inside your vehicle?
I don't want to answer like a politician, but But you just shut it down and start it back up. It's fine. Pull off the side of the road, turn it off, turn it back on. You'll be fine.
Yeah, there
reload
you go.
your operating system. Keep
Yeah,
a thumb drive.
That's an old joke,
Keep a
though.
thumb
I mean,
drive.
that's an old joke with like
No,
Windows.
but what I'm getting at, and I wanted to get to the punchline before I actually went to the main part of the joke, and it's really not a joke. But if you look, cars, automobiles today, all of their operating systems that they use for all of the navigation systems they have, the obstacle avoidance, the ones where you could drive, what do they call it? Autonomous driving.
Autonomous. Yeah, that's what our drones are supposed to be, and we know how well they work.
All of that. Well, that's what I'm saying. But the none
It's
of
great
them,
when it works. Technology's great when it works.
Yeah, none of them
Yeah.
use a Windows operating system. They won't go to that technology because they understand.
I don't understand why Windows would be necessary as an OS for some kind of for a vehicle. It's a whole different platform.
Well,
I
it
don't-
has to do with efficiency, and it has to do with reliability. That's most of it. A Android system, Linux, any type of Linux-based type of system, it's very efficient. It's clean. It's clean. Do you know when you run an application from your computer, and you run it on a Windows box? If you run it on a Windows box, it goes back inside, and it goes through all your registry files. It does all this kind of stuff, and it writes. It's writing stuff all the time. When you load an application, most of the time on a Linux type of a system, it's not anywhere. It's not running anywhere in the background. There's very little background things that are going on unless you set it up, like for some of your cloud-based applications and all that you have. The first time you click on it, it's almost like it's installing it for the first time. It's actually installing the application, running it, and then when it's done and it closes it down, it's like it's not even there anymore. That's why it's so easy for 90% of the applications on a Linux or Mac, even Mac OS, for you to uninstall. It's basically delete the program in your applications folder, and it's done. It's clean. It's not there anymore. Not the same thing for Windows type of an operating system.
Yeah, okay, I get it. You're talking about the architecture having the registry, and everything has to bind to the registry.
Yeah.
And then it's difficult to unbind pieces from the registry later on when you remove the application.
Okay, ArtCo drone solutions, drones, bidets, and operating
PC
systems.
repair.
We have to-
Operating system.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
PC
have to-
repair.
we're gonna have to keep growing your channel.
You're gonna have to have like a logo. It's gonna have like a spiral that goes around with all these things.
But you know what? We went into this whole.
My finger's green. Look at that. I like the outline from the green screen.
We went into this whole direction to talk about this, and it had nothing to do with what I wanted to talk about.
Zoom tangent.
I don't know what happened here.
Zoom
'Cause
tangent.
I wanted to talk about. We got to stop. I just want to get this off my chest. It has to do
Go
with.
ahead. Don't let us hold you back. Tell us what you really feel.
and it has to do with the success or the less than successful exposure of a video that you post on YouTube. We talked about.
Oh yeah.
We don't understand why you'll do a specific video, and you'll spend hours, if not days, sometimes, on this video to make it as professional as possible and have some of the best content that you think personally is available. And then it gets 100 views. In your case, you said 100 views. To keep her.
The wheel of topics. There we go.
There you go.
That would be
There you go,
awesome.
Art. There you go, Art.
I think David Letterman did something similar to that.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of,
We're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to do that, Art. You have to
Wheel
get.
of
We're gonna have to have
topics.
topics on, and you're gonna have to spin. I think you should make one up with a board with the click, click, click. But I
There
think
you
Chuck
go.
did the click, click, click.
Click, 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 click,
the
click, click,
sound-
click,
the
click.
the
You
sound
can
effect.
get a real sound though. You don't need me to.
Yeah.
I don't like that dude from Police Academy. Did all the sounds.
Oh yeah, Michael Winslow. Did you
Yeah.
know he's from Denver?
Really,
Yeah,
a cool dude.
Art,
yeah.
can I finish?
Oh, he's got a video on YouTube where he did
We'll get back.
Led
Okay.
Zeppelin. That was just
James is gonna lose it. He's gonna lose his thought process. Art. It's gonna from
Okay.
a little tangent.
All right.
Oh
so
look, nice pool. Oh, there he is.
Okay, all
So
right.
you were talking about why videos don't get
Yeah.
a
And I
lot
just
of
wanted.
views.
I just
a
wanted
lot
to.
of it is algorithms.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I agree with you on that. And I just wanted to do a perfect example. Yesterday, I spent a lot of time. Or day before yesterday, I spent a lot of time on a product review of Ego cordless lawn and garden products.
I watched that one.
Did you watch that one?
Yeah, I did.
Did you? Let me ask you. You watch it? Did
Yeah,
you like?
well,
Did you like it?
Do you really want me to tell you what I think?
Yeah, I want you to be on. I really want you to be honest.
Are you
Don't-
sure?
I'm 100% sure. I need constructive criticism because I need to know how to correct certain things. I'm
Okay.
waiting. Okay.
Well, I do the same thing, so this is why I kind of know. It kind of dragged on a bit, but like
Okay.
I found it interesting that you're working with customer service to get that part that broke, the little latch thing that was rubbing against metal, and you were saying how it should be like metal itself and stuff. And
I do, and I do go long. I do go like just like when we talk about conversations here. Sometimes I kind of go off in my own time. But that's kind of the way.
that was a little tough for me
That's-
as a viewer
yeah.
to like stay engaged, because I was trying to find a way to stay engaged, because like I'm watching James, I want to watch it, because he's a good dude and I want to watch it. I'm like, but I don't own a plastic lawnmower that's battery powered, so I'm like, do I really care? But I still want to watch it because the plastic lawnmower that's battery powered that can stand up on end and easy to store and all that was pretty cool and all that.
Well,
So-
on that specific video, and I just want to make a quick comparison before I talk about that specific video. I spent a lot of time on that video, and I stayed up until 3 a.m.
Yeah, I get that.
night. And then
They're
I
all-
had to be
they're all
on. I had to
difficult.
be on Greg's show down in Australia at
Yeah.
8 a.m. the next morning. So I only had like 3 hours of sleep.
Oh, by the way, I saw you on that show.
Oh, did you
Good
see
job.
it?
Man, I didn't see that one.
And I want to talk about that in just a minute too. But anyway, I spent so
Time
much
we have.
time. I spent so much. I spent. We have so much. We have so little time because my battery almost died on my computer because I know, and it was fully charged when I started. Anyway, I spent so much time, and that's probably one of the worst things about coming from the technical career field, and especially about being an instructor. And one of the things they teach you in school, if you take any type of professional development for teaching, is they teach you to be clear, concise, and brief.
Yeah,
Brevity-
get to it. ADD.
Yeah, get to it. And
I'm
yeah,
kind of-
brevity
Yeah.
has a lot to do with it, and that's what I'm addressing about what you said, and I agree with you totally. But sometimes I am so deep into the details, and I don't want to skip anything. I want to be able to share everything. Now, in that specific video that I uploaded yesterday concerning all the Ego products, I took an entire line, everything.
You did. You had everything.
I
You had
took-
the leaf blower and the lawnmower and like
chainsaw and
Chainsaw,
trimmer
and my-
and edger.
A hedge
my wife was
clippers,
laughing
yep.
because she said, "Oh my God,
Exactly.
James uses the leaf blower like our neighbor that we get annoyed by." So she's like,
So anyway,
but
right now I don't really
she
have
says,
any-
but he has no neighbors, so it's not a problem. Because
Yeah.
by the way, the drone shots were really good. The B-roll with the house and the grounds and stuff.
Oh,
that
thank
was
you.
really,
Yeah,
that was
thank
really
you. So
cool.
what I wanted to do, I wanted people to get every time when I do my thought process for developing a video, I want to make sure everything kind of matches. I want to make sure that the video shows exactly what I'm trying to get across,
Uh-huh.
and I want to show it from so it's not boring. You can see it from drone shots, close-up shots,
Yeah,
all these
that's
different
cool.
type of shots. I try to get all the facts inside there. If I include music, you would not believe how most people just throw any music a clip inside there. I go through maybe 20. I listen. I play back I watch the video. and I
Epidemic
listen.
sound.
Yeah,
An
and I
hour,
listen.
at least an hour of epidemic sound, finding the stuff
Yeah,
that's like
what-
the right vibe, because that's what it takes to do it right.
Yeah, so
Yep.
I put a lot into it, and if it gets a
Yeah,
lot of views,
cool.
that's okay. If it doesn't get a lot of views, that's okay too. And I try to listen to people like you. I try to listen to you. and
I am no
I've done-
genius. I just know that like my vlog video doesn't. I was talking to some friends about my vlog video, and they were like, "Well, there were some spots where kind of dragged on." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Really? I didn't get like I thought I kept it pretty on point." But it's the same thing, James. Like you know, I got babbling and drabs going on too, like you did. So I don't mean that. I don't mean that in a bad way. But you could trim it down a little bit. Just trim it down a little
Sean
bit.
makes a good point.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, and that's true. Yep.
Well, I've actually done. There are times I try to restrict my video maximum to 30 minutes. All right, that's
Yeah.
my goal. Under 30 minutes, 20 minutes for my videos, if I look at the success rate of viewers and where they drop off, I think most people can only handle listening to me for about 20 minutes.
I try to keep, well, up until I did my vlog was 16, but everything else has been like under 4.
But for me, when I get to the point where I have 20 minutes and I still only have a few minutes, I don't want to cut that video into like 2 15-minute segments or something like that. I don't like doing it.
I tried to talk somebody into doing that too. In fact, it was Keith from the K-Spot on his vlog. And then he's like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to, because I have momentum going with the vlog, right? Because like if it's engaging, you don't want to break that engagement. You want to keep it going till the end.
Yeah.
And then I did my vlog, I was like, oh, now I'm like, oh, I see what Keith's talking about. Yeah, because I don't want to break it into 2 parts either. Same reason. Because it's like you got a groove going and like the story's rolling, and you know, like to be like ZZ Top in the 80s with the videos to be continued. I don't do that crap. I just want it all to be one big video.
Well, I'll tell you, and I'll be doing another. I wanted to do it today. I don't know if I'll do it today or tomorrow. We're gonna pick the lemon. We got the lemon that's almost the size of a football, ready to be picked. It's all yellow now. It's got to be picked.
Wow.
And I will tell you, I spent hours and hours. I spent an entire day until 3 a.m. in the morning for that ego video that I did. And out of my
dude, I could tell it's a lot. There's a lot of footage there, so there's a lot of cutting and editing and all that kind of stuff going on. There's a lot happening.
And you also have timelines that you have to decide when do you want to upload. There's specific times of day that your audience is expecting you to send it, and you have to. I don't think a lot of people realize when you're a vlogger on YouTube specifically, there's a lot that goes into a strategy, and you got to know who your audience is. You have to know where are they coming in from. Where my DIY videos, I'm going to say 90% of my audience on DIY videos are from the U.S. So I have to publish. I have to hit that publish button public
About 6
when
PM,
I think the
7
U.S. is
PM.
awake, when they're awake,
Yeah,
and they
they're
get
not working.
notifications. Yeah, so that's why on that one I published that like at 2:30 in the morning at my time, so that it would be during the daytime for that one. Normally I don't do that. Normally I publish about 10:15 in the morning here, which on the East Coast is like 9:15 in the evening. That gives the evening crew all the way down to around 6 p.m. when people are sitting down to dinner. Because you have no idea how many people actually, once you become part of their family, and your channel, when you become successful at a certain time, I missed that. It went by too fast.
What was that 20-stage process? Bring that one.
Yeah.
That
was Geeksvana.
Yes. Each of my videos
it's-
goes through a 20-stage process after edit, and
Yeah.
edit is finished. James is right. Details. Yeah, it seriously is like that. And then I've made this mistake after I know I should make the mistake, is I'll post something, and I post it. I'm like, crap, why did I post that?
Yeah.
It wasn't ready. It wasn't soup yet, and I put it up, and then
I can
It's
tell you
bad.
many times at the early stages of this channel, the first 300 episodes of building Villa Feliz here, I would go back, because I would spend, if you're familiar with my channel, the actual build of the house, I came here in the morning before the crew came in. They come in at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I was here at 7:30. I would leave the house around 6 o'clock, 6 to 6:30. I go through the community, because the community is awake and alive. I greet and meet all my friends inside the community. They're on the video. You'll see them on the. That's what made our channel a little bit more. It has a uniqueness. It shows the true life of a community before you actually do your show, which is building a house. I would come here, spend all day working with the crew here, going into concrete, mixing the concrete with the people, doing all those things. I don't want to get too deep into it, but the people who follow my channel, they know that. And then I would finish at the end of the day. The crew is gone. I'm still here on site in the Bahay Kubo office that I have back here. Walk back through the community, meet everybody as I go back. Because if you're familiar with my channel, when you go through your community, you cannot stop and say hi, goodbye to anybody. It's not the Philippine culture. The Philippine culture, you stop and you talk. And I would spend an hour to an hour and a half from the time I hit the boundary line where the houses start before I got to my apartment. Then, as soon as I got back to my apartment, try to eat, start doing edit, and many times, 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm done with those videos. Because at that time, I had 120, my average daily clips was 120 clips I had to edit once I got back to the apartment. So there's a lot. There's really a lot involved.
Yeah, it's a big process.
So
James, you hit on something interesting. I was on my treadmill and I'm walking with this dude, and well, it's a virtual trainer thing on the Nordic track or whatever. And the guy was in Egypt, and he was talking about Egyptian culture, and he ran into a person that he knew, and he said I was kind of rude to him because, like you said, they want to talk about everything that's happened in their lives since you saw them last. So it's like a long process. So it sounds kind of like, pardon me, where you are.
Well, and especially if you're a foreigner, I will tell you, in the Philippines, if you are a foreigner, you get treated so special here. You get treated very differently from you do from anywhere, especially if you are in a province that's away from the city where they're not used to seeing foreigners over here. When you become part of their community, you become part of their family inside. They want to adopt you over here. They literally want to adopt you. And it's a really good feeling to know that you have a new family, and it feels really good. And indeed, they want to share with you stuff, but not only do they want to share with you stuff, they ask you questions. They want to know what your idea or opinion is. What do you like about the Philippines? They'll ask you questions about the president. What do you think about President Duterte? What do you think about the government here inside? What do you think about our councilman? What do you think about the barangay captain? What do you think about all? They want to know your opinion, but mainly they want to know, are you happy inside the Philippines? Because they want to do things they really want to do things to make you feel comfortable inside here. And I've been to other countries that do that. I've been to, especially overseas, like in Turkey. I spent a lot of time over in Turkey, and what I found out is the culture over there is very similar to the culture in the Philippines. They want to adopt Germans, and they want to adopt Americans for some reason. I don't know
why they want Americans.
I don't know. I don't either.
It dregs the society. What do you want us for?
they are some of the kindest people I have ever met anywhere around the world, just like the Filipino people. And that's why I think it's very important for people to understand, if you visit, especially if you're going to live here in the Philippines, adopt the culture here and be part of that culture, and don't try to do what we think as Westerners. We want to move on. We want to finish a task, move on very quickly to the next task. But one of the reasons I came to the Philippines is I wanted to slow my life down.
Right.
And I found it very accommodating moving here, that the culture has slowed down. It's totally different. It's so very different from back in the
It's like island time.
And I like that. And this is what makes the Philippines very special over here. But I didn't get to finish my story. And my story was that it won't take me long, please. It won't take me long. I swear it won't take long. It has to do with the time that it took me to do a very comprehensive video and trying to cram all these details and get it as quickly as possible. You have no idea how much I cut out of that video that we're talking about.
Oh, I have a pretty good idea, James. I do.
Yeah. So I cut it down to a manageable scale. But I will tell you, tomorrow or the next day, whenever I will go into the backyard, and you're talking about algorithms. It has to do with your title. What is the title of your video that you're posting?
I've heard that. It's not the tags at all. It's the title.
It's the title. It's the title. And they say there's things that's in the metadata that will help, but I put the words, the keywords in the metadata, and did not put it in the title, and it's almost a failure as far as what I was expecting. I will tell you right now, and this is the end of what I'm trying to get to. I will go out and I will show you the world's biggest lemon. And if I title it the world's biggest lemon, all right? If I title it that, it will blow, and I will spend 10 to 15 minutes on that video, only talking about that. I already have a plan how I'm going to present that.
Nice.
I will come in here and I'll edit, and I'll have invested maybe an hour and a half into that video. And it will blow away my 16-hour ego lawn and garden review that's applicable to especially North America, which is our biggest market, only secondary to the Philippines. It will blow away that video with just a fraction of the time for the videoing and editing and the publishing. But you'll see, just because of that, it will blow. And it'll be interesting. it will be really interesting because a lot of people, you gotta wait and see what this. I hope it hasn't It's gotten so big. I hope it hasn't broken the branch and fallen off. I wanted to do it yesterday, but we had.
Oh, that'd be a sad story right there.
Yeah, that would be.
World's largest lemon, fail.
Falls to the ground.
You better put a camera on that thing, James. At least you could have it falling to the ground like a high frame rate camera. So
I should hook it.
So at least if it fell, be like. That's kind of like Chris Rollins, yeah.
So, all right, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I'm looking forward to the world's largest lemon now because I think about what Casey Neistat does with his titles and such. Well, back a few years ago when his wife was super hot, he'd have her on the cover of everything, right? You know.
Well, that's another story for another day.
But the titles of his vlogs were always something that was like a hook. There's always a hook in them, right?
There's, and I get so upset.
Clickbait.
And I don't click on those. I don't click on those specific ones that you have there. But the clickbait, what Art was talking about, and I'm really looking for something. And I'm into DIY. You know, I love DIY. And
that's okay. I mean, the clickbait, as long as it's legit, it's just you want the right words.
The
words have to be right. That's really good advice because that's something I struggle with too. So and then somebody else brought up the thumbnail. How critical the thumbnail is. It has to be eye candy. It has to grab because people YouTube throws you stuff to watch somebody else posted with the algorithm, and then it has to be something that you and I and Art, we get stuff in everybody watching this, they get stuff in their stream, and it's like, oh, that one, oh, that's a cool thumbnail, and that title looks pretty cool, and then click.
Well, you'll see even
marketing.
Yeah, you'll see some of the vloggers, the expats that are over here, and they'll show. I don't know how I can say this.
Geeks want to watch me sleep live.
Yeah,
and you can click. It's awesome, Art.
But you're thinking
as I was saying it.
You know, there's a tendency for some expats to come over here, and they'll be much older than their spouse, much older than their spouse or a girlfriend, or whatever. And what they'll do is they'll exploit that in their YouTube on the thumbnail. And you'll see a picture of the wife or the girlfriend on there in a skimpy bathing suit with the beach in the back, and that's all it is. And the video really isn't about that, but they will get. No,
there's nothing. There's usually because I skim through those videos looking for the bikini shot, and it's never there.
Well, I'll tell you, if the views that they get are from people just like you who do the skimming through really quick looking for that, and they don't find it and they close it, then they're not making any money on it because your monetization.
I want to go to the money shot. I want to get the. I'm Gen X. I got to get there.
The revenue you receive from your channel is based upon how long the people view the video, and if they watch if there's any ads on there, how long they watch the ads, and the biggest way that they make money is if somebody clicks on any of the ads and actually is interested in that particular product. And they go over and they look at that ad. If you do any research, you'll see your revenue is based on specific actions by the viewer, and that's why I appreciate a lot of our guys on our channel. They watch even if they don't click on it, they take the time. And I've had so many people reply back to me, whether on YouTube or through my email, or even though I don't go on Facebook much, even in the Facebook when I can catch up on Facebook. They'll say, especially the Filipinos over here, they'll say, Sir James, just want to let you know, we watch those videos. We don't click on skip. We don't hit the skip button. And I always thank everybody for doing that because they don't realize, most of the people don't realize, a lot of the revenue that we receive on my channel, we turn back over to the community. How do you think I buy like the gifts for Christmas time for the children in the community, or in the previous past for the families in the community, and we contribute our own resources that we get from this when other people do donations. Like we've only done that once. We've only done donation once for the volcano relief when we had all the evacuees here. But on top of those, we had our own revenue, and we counted a blessing. So you guys are.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at one of the comments. Sorry, James. Pull up the grumpy vloggers comment, Art. I'm sorry.
So anyway, the people
Can't erase that
watching-
from my mind now. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Some things can't be erased.
So anyway, the viewers actually help us make things better here in our community. So, and I appreciate that. I thank all of those, whether it be people that are watching from here right now, that because I know some of the folks from our channel come over now and watch your live stream here. A lot of them are in the background. I'll tell you right now, there are people in the background that are not chatting inside here. But
just watching.
I get notices that say, "Are you going to be on ArtCo on Sunday?"
Cool.
Or for us, it's Art Sunday, and I'm like, yeah. So
Yeah, I know.
Thanks to those folks.
So James, even like if I had your video up and I'm getting kind of like I'm drifting, I'll just let it play in the background and maybe walk away and get like a beer or something and come back. I don't stop. I just let it play because I'm thinking like if somebody's watching my stuff, I kind of hope they just let it roll through.
Thank
and
you.
get the view time because it's like.
I think so. And I will tell you.
And then I'll come back and see if it picked up a little bit too. I'll just like I'll take a little break and then I'll come back and pick up the rest of it.
I will tell you, and for those of you who have insomnia, all you got to do is watch my channel.
Oh, that's
Just go
not true.
inside.
It's no.
Well, I do it. I do it for myself. I will put
The
my
party
own
one was
in.
really cool. The party one where you had the drone shot over the pool and everything. That was really the birthday party.
The one with the family. The one with the family.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that was like a personal one for you, and that was fun to watch because it's like, you know,
That
hey,
was
look at this. What these guys get to do. I can't do that. Have like the wild
Yeah.
party and like.
What wasn't
Any
a
of the
wild?
film.
Come on, it wasn't a wild party. It was just
fun.
my
It was fun.
immediate family.
Not
right
really
there.
wild, fun.
It was fun.
Fun.
It was really fun, and it's good. And it's good for our family because some of our family that we have inside here, they live in small. They all live in small apartments, very small areas, and they seldom get the opportunity to experience some of the things that we get to do every single day here. So we let them know our door is always open for our family to come here and share.
Casa
We
de
want to share.
James.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. So we want to be able for them to have a good time here, and they did. They had a real good.
It looked
real-
like
I
it.
can't-
Yeah, the
I
drone
can't wait
shots
for the
were
next
cool,
one.
and it
can't wait
was
for
really
the
cool.
next
The
one.
drone shots. Most of the people in the pool were ignoring the drone, which is really cool because it's like the shots look like natural. Like, you know what I mean? They didn't care that the drone was flying around. Like, they're like,
Well, my family have been around
used to it.
me
They're-
long.
they're-
Yeah, they've been around me long enough. Just like the people in the barangay, when I used to have the camera with me. At the very first, they're looking right. And they're like, what? But after a while, they know that, especially since
they just get numb to it. You just don't care anymore, and then that makes
Yeah.
it. That's better. Like some of the
It
shots
does make
of
it better.
my
Yeah.
vlog shots were good because my sister-in-law told me later. She's like, I didn't know you were like filming all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
and that's why I could use it because you just looked. It was normal. Everything was normal. It wasn't like you got to behave a certain way because oh my god, Chuck's recording me. I got to behave a certain way. This is
Yeah,
all
that's
stiff
right.
and stupid, and nobody wants to watch that.
But what I captured when you saw my family here, that's
Yeah.
the way they are all the time. That was natural, and like I said, they're so comfortable
it's
with
cool.
that being inside the background. And the nice thing about that is for their family that they have in other parts of the Philippines, because we have family that come from down. My wife's mother and father come from different parts of the two southern islands, both on Visaya and down in Mindanao. She has family down there, and they'll you got to check out. We were over at Tito James's house, and they get to see stuff like that. So it kind of brings the family together a little bit as well.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think it's
What time is it?
it's about
I could tell by Art's face he was cutting us off.
yeah, it's about that time. We're over 2.5 hours, and StreamYards, because I use the free version, they only give you 20 hours a month, and but I've been fortunate. I never used it all up, so but
Until you had me and James on.
that's right. That's right.
James, we're gonna have to kick in. We're gonna have to kick in some money to Art so we can stay on the air.
Well, I keep telling Art, I keep telling him, I would not be offended if you don't send me the invite. It's okay, just don't send me the. If you want it short, if you're getting.
Maybe
close
we need
to
a little. We need a little sand timer. And Art says, "Okay, Chuck
Yeah.
or James, okay, go."
that. He needs to have another window. You should have another window with another camera logged in with the timer going inside there. That's what you should do.
Beat
There
the
you
clock. Beat the clock. You have 60 seconds to respond.
That's right.
James,
like
your rebuttal.
Like the debates. Like the debates. There you
And then
go.
after that, you hit the mute button and be like,
All right, guys. Let's call it a day. Great show. Thanks for coming to the show, James, Chuck. Boy, we
Thanks,
had a
Art.
good crowd today. We had close to 35 people, and
Nice.
who knows how
Art,
many were
Art,
watching.
you're growing, man. You're growing. I told Ness this morning. I remember when I first came on your show. I think when you first opened in the morning, you had like 1 or 2 people logged in, and then at the end of the day, you had maybe 15 people. 15 people. I looked this morning when you opened. And I think you started with 25 or 30 people. Waiting for your show to start today. So that's good. Remember, I tell you, growth. The success is not based on immediate viral kind of thing going on.
yeah,
here.
it's a
steady growth.
gradual,
As long as
steady.
you
Just
grow,
gotta,
you grow.
Yep.
you
And you're
know,
going in the right
slow and
direction.
steady. Slow and steady
It's
wins
a
the race.
marathon, not
Yeah.
a sprint.
There you go.
That's,
And if they say, I go to the show on Saturday night and it's really relaxing, it makes me feel good. They'll share with other people, and you'll continue to grow.
I think nobody can find my channel because the name's too long. Nobody can find Kovacian Dronography or they spell it wrong or something.
I gotta tell you, Chuck, I accidentally stumbled over you because I'd been on your show before, and I don't know what I did, but it was there because you know how computers are smart. They know the places that you've been before. And when I
Yeah.
finished watching this video on how to play something by the Beatles, I was looking, and I went to the home screen.
Beatles.
You were there, and I'm like, oh, and it said live. That's why I clicked on you.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
good.
Well, Keith's been really kind to me. Keith has over 1,600 subs, and he's been kind of.
Was that Keith's show or was that your show?
Well, we simulcast it on 2 YouTube channels,
Oh.
mine and his. That's why it's
Oh.
2K drones because of the Kovacian and the Keith thing, the K spot.
Oh, okay.
Hence the
okay.
name. But yeah, we simulcast. So some people go to Keith's channel, some people go to mine.
Oh, okay.
What
Alrighty,
stream works?
well,
Okay, Art. Sorry, we're running over
that's
your
good.
time. We're gonna.
Chuck, good to see you. James, take care. Have fun at your Valentine's gathering later today.
I'm sure we will.
And
Thanks.
all right, there we go. So
Thanks, Art.
I'm going
Thanks for
to-
hosting, man.
Yeah, man.
You're
I-
welcome. So let's take you out and you. All right, everybody. I want to thank you all in the chat for coming. I thank you for the super chats. Those are great. Brad, good to see you. Joe, Chris, don't forget to email me your address and I'll get that out to you. Johnny Drone Flyer. Akira Show, good to see you. Lloyd, Grumpy Vlogger, Steve Mack, and all the rest of you guys. Thank you for coming to the show. Have a great weekend. Have a great Valentine's Day. Bye-bye.